Let me turn that background music on. I just crashed my hand. Loki hurt. What's up, Kleps? What's up, Goblin? What's up, Moon? What's up, Sleepy? What's up, Normal? We finishing up. Reread. And then we're gonna be on our way, man. How you bring Ordeal, official Ordeal channel beef to my stream, bro? Childish. Childish. There's some channels earlier. My shoulder kind of cooked right now. This is a no bueno feeling. What's up, K-Ice? Real quick. You need to finish your drawing? That's funny. All right, we're going from, let's get it for a second. We're going from 151 all the way to the finale, and then we're out of here. Let me actually pull up my stream notes. Oh, just messed up my glasses. My stream notes, I got some pretty decent notes. I definitely think a couple are rewrites. Give me like 2 seconds, and then we gonna lock in. And I didn't watch the Grammys, but shout out Bad Bunny. Shout out Bad Bunny, man. Shout out Bad Bunny. Shout out all my Puerto Ricans out there. Shout out all my Hispanic subscribers. Wait, where are we? Okay. Wait. How many chapters was season 2 compared to season 3? It's crazy that doesn't show up in your normal chat. Season 2 had 67. I'm pretty sure that's the official count. It's 67. Whereas obviously season 3 had 54. It's actually really crazy that that didn't show up over here. If I miss any chats, I'm sorry. Sometimes they don't show up like in the little Maybe if I change it. Oh, that's how it goes. Okay, W. I figured it out. I don't know why it wouldn't be like that from the jump. That's so dumb. All right, I shouldn't miss any chats. Now, all right, let's lock in. Y'all, episode. That's my chair, man. Yo, shout out Anton. This nigga, bro. I shouldn't miss any chats. Let's lock in. We got 151. Awake a different man. Let me get in my like read and analytical bag. I've been dumb brained all day. Let me lock in. I'm good. All right, drop the shield. You figured it out even without my voice, Lord, my lord. This is kind of nasty. It's like pulling hair. This is just nasty. If you strike her shadow directly, you will strike her heart. She got laid out something serious, man. Sheesh. I did like that this fight kind of revolved around finishing her off using Zahara's innate shadow dwelling ability. That was fire. You wear glasses? Yeah, I wear glasses. I don't really know where to put that. I'm just put. Maybe I can go in the scaling part. We do JV Johnny and did using ability. I do wonder how if he fought her, what he would have been able to do. Death is upon you, Rajani. The curse of Widow's Night will consume your body for its chi. This is actually creepy as hell. I can pull you apart. Do not die attached to this thing. Allow me to separate you. I cannot. I will not be separated. Widow's Night is as much a part of me as the blood that flows through your veins, Lord Heart. Even laid out, she still looked kind of good. I like this panel right here. I like these like panels that are usually this size. It took almost 1,000 years to build my family to what it is. So almost we can do maybe like 900 to maybe like 800 to 900. Maybe even 950. Which means the Ishtis for sure are maybe 100 to 50 years after sort of Veil's initial interaction with Verdandul, since he is 1,000 years old. Wait, 1,000 years to build, yeah. That is the true power of Widow's Night, and you want me to separate from it. We are bound as one flesh. Though it is powerful, I was a fool to think it was strong enough to defeat you, even with the Cyclops seals. Look at how sweaty she is. Ugh. This was crazy. Don't ever put your hand on my face like this when I'm cuffed. This is outrageous. Your heart belongs to another, doesn't it? She is blessed. Your compassion is wasted on one who is cursed, my lord. Perhaps I was wrong. You may indeed be strong enough to contend with him, but I could not, and will not take that chance. My death means my family will also die. That means the character I have, she's cooked. As their head, my choice has sealed their fate. I only ask for your forgiveness. This is also a good way to show what can happen. It's also a good way to show what can happen when a family sides with Thanatos and fails. I'm not sure if every note I make will actually make it in the review. I'm not sure if everything will make it because it has to go in a certain category. But this could make it in there. There's also something I can refer to later. What's up, Chris? What happens when family sides with toes? Head fail. Yeah. Let go of it. Bro, just asking. Farewell, the light has indeed defeated the darkness. Rumble is crazy. Shay, get back. Once she dies, the curse will no longer be contained. So long as you remain in this room, I cannot defend you from it. Look, damn. Just straight attacks. You tried, but you cannot save one who rejects salvation. Run, Shay. This was a good message. Actually, I'm gonna make this a note. Hopefully season 4 is close to 80 to 100. Man, I hope so. This nigga. Yeah, he said earlier in his stream that it sounds like he's gonna do an official, like actual part 1 and part 2 to the season. I saw a question that wondered if he was gonna do the part 1 being the sort of continuation of this season, whereas the second half will be the time skip. I think that's a pretty good idea. I will be toxic, but not gonna lie, I like Jay, so I'ma chill. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, being toxic is just childish. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just childish. It's just childish, man. You gotta let stuff like that go. Okay, I'm gonna do Ilios, mention of rejection of. Plus, it's the internet. It's the internet. Salvation. Good way of showing. Where's the note I have? Biblical connection. There it is. Right. Zahara. Yeah, this would shake me up too if my weapon is just stuck like that. Ilios, if you can hear me, Zahara is stuck within her shadow. Look at this visual. She's laid out something crazy. Rajani is dead, but the talent has gone mad. Zahara cannot free herself. I have to recover her somehow. Imagine he never got her back. That should be crazy. I like the hand visual right here. Like, it's no longer Rajani doing the movements. It's the talent itself. And I think this is supposed to represent that. Stabs him, makes that like connection, like it touches him. Shay, no. Lord Hart, Widow's Knight is attempting to control your body as Zahara did in the past. He make it sound like this happened fucking years ago. It was like a week, maybe? No. Like a week and a month and a week. It is attempting to claim ownership of you while I am held at bay. This also shows talent sentience. We'll talk about that later. It's begun with your arm and it's already inside. This is such a nasty visual. I would hate having to endure this. I also like the fact that it breaks his armor. This is cool. Kind of like what he did to Zahara's little corruption armor thing. It's like the inverse. I know you are weakened in this room, but you have done it before. Do it again. Resist it. The Cyclops seals are still in effect. There isn't much I can do here. This is a battle for your mind. Stay focused. This was crazy. The stab. I think that's what I made. Wait, when he takes it out, it's not. Real quick. Okay. I think this would have been a little bit more interesting if it stabbed his heart instead of over here. You said this didn't need to happen. Not entertaining. I think I said, why would you be toxic to your friends? Wait, Bloodlust, Widow's Knight cannot decide whether to take control of you or kill you. It even accepts aid from the Blood Monarch's dagger. You know the pain of Veggies blood. So long as you remain in this room, I cannot burn his cells from your body as effectively as last time. His blood visual is still very good. The darkness grows increasingly hostile. My fire is withheld, but I can get the heat to break through the Cyclops seal. It isn't much, but it will hold back further attacks for a short while. You must focus, Lord Hart. We can deal with the dagger later. Keep resisting the curse. She may have been your enemy, but this is what her consciousness was holding back. Widow's Knight's true intent. This was partially confusing. It's too late. The pain from Veggies dagger must have gotten to your mind. The curse of Widow's Knight has claimed your arm. So you must resist what's left. This was good. I don't care what people say, this was good. This was a good way to do this. Not perfect, but it was good. This was a good way to do this. Especially for what this is supposed to represent, in my opinion. Also a very good visual. This is so nasty. The thumbnail is so nasty. You did well, my lord. The arm was already lost. Just, gosh, look at just, ugh, look at all that blood loss. This must be what it feel like when you play Elden Ring and you get that blood loss buildup. This is what it feel like for you and the monster you're attacking. But this poses a new problem for us. Steam cannot cauterize a wound. I cannot burn the injury shut here. You will bleed out without my fire. On your feet, Prince Hart. You must make your way to sunlight. This was so aura. I really thought she was gonna speak right here. I also thought she was gonna off this nigga. That was crazy. It was a good panel. Like, where does she be at when not around here? Like, where does she be at? You, in the midst of chaos, this is when you draw your blade, Zahara. She must have just been chilling on her sword. She about clean as shit. I wonder if we're gonna get a more in-depth explanation on and look as to this. This feels like the initial cause of her curse, you know, or I guess maybe a more permanent sign of it. That's how I always interpreted that. You've come for your vengeance against me, haven't you? If she made this face, I would think this too. The pain of your defeat at my hand. The pain of your defeat at my hands years ago has not left you. How can a queen such as yourself tolerate such disgrace? As I am pinned, holding back the shadows of Widow's Night, you see this? A window to strike me at my back. Zahara, Queen of Blades. You may strike me as many times as your soul desires once this has concluded, but now is not the time, my lady. Showing her respect. The one entrusted into our care is in danger. We must defend Lord Hart. He needs us now more than ever. I'm the only thing holding him back from that. If you strike me down, he will be destroyed. Imagine she died right here. She'd be crazy. Look, says nothing. If she said nothing right here, I would have felt she was gonna off me too. Me and Ilios think the same. I like that she clenches her blade, right? Cause right here, she was just simply holding it, like, you know, normally, as not to let it like fall from her hand, but it's clear she's trying to use it right now. I like the difference. And then she taps his shoulder. Very well then, Shay, forgive me. And instead of hitting a shoulder tap and a stab, you know what would have been crazy if she stabbed him still, but it still had this effect. That would have been so wild. Does Zahara lose her arm in a battle and have to replace it with that arm? That would have been pretty interesting. Zahara thighs would save lives. Crazy. What is this? This is no curse. This is definitive to say that curses can't be broken. I guess they still have the same look though. Put that down. Put a question mark right there. Okay, my power feels doubled. Hell scaling. I wondered what the effects of your talent looked like and why I was unable to detect it. But all this time you've never even used it. You only allowed Lord Hart access to your blade. This was crazy, by the way. It's like upscale to say something crazy. You withheld your talent from us. You did not amplify us with your strengths. You only observed. I do like the flame effect. The flame effects this season were so good. This is your true power, to boost the existing strength of a person. You have reignited my flame in order to save his life. Zahar, I repent, for I have unjustly judged you. You did not come here to seek vengeance, but to offer us your aid. This shit just look like straight hair, bro. The enemy has schemed. My fire may not be able to reach you to protect you, my lord. But a curse-killing fire can. Is that the initial? No. I thought this was like representative of the panel for later. What's up, Ronan? Zahara fake stab would have been a perfect Brent chapter. Ender? Yeah, that would have been crazy. With a fire that only burns chi, we now possess the power to slay talents, my lord. When I first read this, it took me so long to get through it. It just felt like there were so many more words. Alright, we got lashing out and breaking of pillars. Entire foundation of the structure is collapsing. This thing is literally about to fall on him, and he's knocked the fuck out. I do like that this parallels, I'll make note of this, would have been like Rukia when she stabbed Ichigo and became a Soul Reaper, and he became a Soul Reaper again. Oh, that would have been pretty interesting. Hey. Oh, wait. Yeah, right here. And then, what's up, Summer? Let's say J in Ep151 para equals Leo's death. Do scene. Scroll. This shit took forever to scroll through. Like, look at all this empty space right here. Alright, we fade in. Hours later. I like how it's vague. This shit look nasty. Step. Double step. And this fucking robot. Quickly, we do not have much time. Yes, my lady. Showing her respect. The signal is quite faint, but I can detect he is nearby. Search under everything. We best find him before they do. And she says this, and then Brent drew her flinging this fucking rock. And look what she sees. Look what she sees. Come on, bro. What was the point of searching if she was just gonna find him immediately? Look at these niggas moving rubber and yo, he said rubble. He not really like moving nothing, man. He's not really moving like. Andrea basically just flung this with one arm. Work faster. Master. Lady Thomas has located him. Yo, until further notice, it's low-key fuck Keith, but I'm gonna keep that low-key. Be careful with him. I sense the remnants of Cyclops seals. His robot got a nice design, I'll say that. Extremely low vitals, but somewhat stable. Wait. I thought he asked. Okay, extremely low vitals, but somewhat stable. He was ambushed here. Leo, analyze these readings and tell me what he is in need of. Yes, master. You see how she put this, the mantle right on him? Ilios must have cauterized the wound to stop the bleeding. Once the building collapsed, the Cyclops seals have been crushed in the rubble. How does he even know what they are? That's another thing I want to know. How does he know what they are? Andrea, I asked you to trust me. I will not let you down. I will save him. He's unconscious. I can't wake him. Imagine she was like slapping him. That was funny. If you are who you say you are, Keith Thomas, I believe he will be more to you than a stranger, which is facts, because I will say the fact that even Keith is a stranger to us makes this statement a little bit more bold, I guess, because like she doesn't know who he is, he doesn't know who he is, we don't know who he is, and it's like, who are you still? Like, it's a big ass question mark, and that's not horrible. I've been living for myself for far too long. I thought keeping my distance, aiding from the shadows, to be an adequate use of my abilities. I do think he might be the one who gave them the Titan tech, or like reverse engineered it low key. I was grossly mistaken. My talents are needed here, no further from danger than any. I can see him dying for sure though. Than any one of you, especially because of this statement. This young man has proven himself braver than the majority of us. Okay, intensity. Keith, what is it? Why he like? Hold on. Why he like shed tears a little bit? Leo, have you finished analyzing his charts? Yes, sir. Results acquired. Tell me, when last this body entered REM sleep? 9 months ago, sir. Lord Hart is not unconscious. He is simply resting after a very long time. Now, what's up, MJ? Wait, what do you think about lookism? I watched the anime. It wasn't bad. Me and my brother Loki bought it. What's up, Ainsley? Damn man, I missed your notification. Was still on Brent's stream. It's all good. Just left Brent's stream. Sub Scout. I wonder if he combed out her dreads at the ending. Oh, she. Probably. Wait, what show? Wait, are you talking about, Bleach? I was sitting there thinking all the implications and then was like, this might be too soon to be getting chi burning from flames. Like this. Yeah, it's definitely too soon. He should have got this, like, we should have seen this after, we should have seen that low-key after the time skip. Or, like, closer to when, like the final battle. Good visuals, though, but yeah. Just too soon. That's kind of it. I've already talked about this cameo upscale. I don't think I need to even make a note of it, because I don't think it'll be that important for the points I want to make. I don't like that he stopped doing this. This was cool. He should bring this back. Thoughts on cursed talents, Jay? You hope more is done with them. If Brent goes the route of making the purple flames only related to cursed chi, which I think is the best option for keeping him not as strong, then I can see us seeing more cursed talents. I do have some plans for cursed talents with my own story, but you already know that. But I like the idea of cursed talents showing up in obscure places. So I have a character who kind of embodies that a little bit more. And then I think the representation of sinful nature that I think they're supposed to portray is another aspect that I really want to explore. The worst fight in the series is coming up. Oh, that's funny. Look at all this space, bro. Right. Thank you, dear. See, if he was with a Latina, calling another woman dear would have got him smacked. But let's keep going. Honey, they really outdone themselves. The food on this train is 5-star. I'm thoroughly impressed. This is 5-star. What is this? Oh, let's analyze. He's definitely drinking. These are all alcoholic beverages. What is this she putting in her mouth? Sausage? What is that? It looks like he might have steak, maybe potatoes, some peas. I don't know what she got over here though. I have no idea what this could be. Yep, I'd have the same. Wait, yeah, I'd have done the same if I wanted my passengers completely distracted from the situation. He's smart. This was smart. This nigga said it's such a stinker. What a way to say it. Maybe this is also fish. Could be fish. I suppose you're right. One train with so many key political figures being transported to a secure location. I think what would have been really interesting if Brent outright said where each figure or which countries actually had political figures. That way we kind of know where more of the political mess and or where Thanatos wants to like strike first, right? I can see America being a really big target for Thanatos. Um, I feel like the UK, maybe like a place like Russia. Um, there's like a personal vendetta in big man culture. What's up? There's like a big there's a big thing with like Caribbean, the Caribbean with Trinidad. So maybe like um, some of the other Caribbean islands could have been mentioned too. Um, there's not really like outside of what's her name, Zuri. There isn't much like talk or acknowledgement of my best friend bullshitting. See, just doing dumb shit. There's much talk of like what goes on in Africa, so I really want Zuri to kind of put a big spotlight on that. But I definitely think kind of revealing where the political figures are from would have been a little bit more insight as to who could potentially side with Thanatos and who could potentially fight back, right? When that sort of time comes. Do I have a fight was goated? This fight sucks, dude, and I'm gonna really show you why when we get down to it. I don't think there's a good place for that. Length, pacing, development, showcase, scaling, plot. Actually, I think I can put it in the plot. Like this fight not better than even Lewis fight. And niggas hate Lewis. I'm not niggas, but some of them niggas hate Lewis, and his fight's just better. And there's also that same little like make a character look bad versus make a character look good. This man said this man could have knocked up Andre in that time and probably had a little shade by now. What an insane comment. I really just needed to point that out. Okay, wait. Would have been nice if we knew where each political figure was from, so we know what countries have more focus. Focus? That is not how you spell that word. Okay. Are we even safe, Harry? So many people lumped into one target. I'm sure we are, darling. This is Coach Trip. Interesting. And so far, no incidents. And our location is apparently the one. Is apparently the one with the most scenic route. That's funny. Code quickly secured heads of governments before the war began, while our own governments procrastinated. See, like this is a really good way to sort of show which governments are more prominent than others. The train is mostly empty. Other carts are occupied by KCG agents. This is probably the worst place on Earth to attack. Besides, we have them, 3 and 13. What more can we ask for? When was the last time I was on a train? It's been a really long time. Good day, milady. The captain expresses his gratitude for accompanying us. Can I offer you anything? Or your partner? Look at this nigga snoozing. Yo, she blushing 24/7, bro. She never not blushing. She always H-word. Oh no, I think he'll be fine. He's resting as his ride is a bit bumpy. For me, however, do you happen to have the English brownies and the gold packets? Maybe 1, 2, or 4 or 5? The fact that she has like, it's probably like 15 just right here is crazy. Should be burning calories. Once you on a diet, I like this reaction. We need more of these like goofy like little scenes. Do more goofy. I'm gonna put that under character interaction. That's usually when that happens. Okay, did you just take my share of brownies as well? I was sleeping, not comatose. Ooh. More stuff like this. I definitely think if we ever get like a train scene again, having some like lower ranked cameos fight on a train would be fire. And then if you ever play Sifu, you know that scene, like that hallway scene, I forget what that's a reference to, but sort of having going from like a initial like top view perspective, even actually in Kagurabachi they do this. Going from that sort of like top view perspective to like a side by side perspective would be kind of cool. Okay, why the long face, my lord? You should be resting. With the amount of movement on this train, it'll be hard to keep your talent down. Yeah, I just can't sleep, you know? You're worried about our cargo. Have to get that yawn out. Aren't you? It being our last trip and all. 2 previous escorts without incident. Makes me suspicious this trip will be the unlucky one. I share your concern, but I'm sure we've prepared for everything. Regardless of their policies, we now have 27 political figures to protect. I'm more concerned about you not resting than I am for their safety. Does this make her like a L employee? Our assets are well taken care of. You are the best thing Code could have provided for their safety. The youngest with the sweetest heart. I'm not saying that. I mean, Officer Tagari, I appreciate your words of encouragement. We'll do our best together. This was crazy. This part is crazy. This the reason the series got hit with that rated M for mature. Once we drop them off, it's a long ride back to HQ. Just you and me. With this face and the blush effect, freaked out. Super freaked out. See, look, everything all fine. He by himself. Why he ain't sit with her and flirt a little bit? He could make international connections through simple chatter. You never know what could happen if you just, make good conversation. Like, look at them. They probably work together. Like, look at them. They having good conversation. They was talking, but they're married, so it doesn't matter. Look at him. He reading his book. Who knows what he got going on over here? Like, all bro had to do, smooth sit right here, start up a conversation. If he just hit the same dialogue she did, he would have been in there. Getting ready for them nuclear. I'm not reading that. That's crazy. Bro said super freaked out. Nigga said I'm folding. And look. Everybody dead. Not actually though, but this was crazy. This nigga derailed the train. Ooh. Freaking tired, man. Just yawning. This is a really good visual. I will say that. This is a good visual. Harry. He like the only one really injured though, and I don't know how. Like, he was just sitting right here. And somehow he looks more fine than him? Huh? My leg, I think it's... Sheesh. I was gonna try and scale the size of this, but it really didn't matter. Did someone throw that? Looks like it, my love. We best leave this up to her. And then she hit the clean ass landing on the train though. Lord Akin was right. This nigga creepy. The Gaki are here. Yeah. My nigga. Look at them scrambling to get themselves together after a little rock. Can you tell me? Wait, yeah. Can you tell me that they're not rats, Konos? He talked to him like as if he gonna say words back. It's hilarious. That old geezer Hanjiro was right. They did bluff on the location they'd be sending these humans. Master wasted so much time stalking possible routes, but looks like this one was the ace. I wonder if he had other Gaki on the routes then. Lucky us, let's teach them a lesson. But be careful, I feel the presence of 2 strong Kimyos. The little rock is crazy. He said, man, wanted that last piece of steak. Royal Blood Tagari, the men are... I do like this term is being reused too. Like it's not... Like they're interchangeable between Royal Blood and Hand. I like that they're interchangeable. The men are in position. We'll build a blockade in case the enemy calls for assistance. We've sent word for... Oh, okay. This is where this is mentioned. I was wondering like when this happened. We sent word for our aid. I forgot this specific part when I was in the reviews. Good, but do not expect aid, Lieutenant. The mission was prepped with this scenario in mind. We have more than we need. It was not. You guys got fucking folded. While our enemies formulates assaults, so do we. Other god tiers are currently engaged in enemy territory. See, like this... Where's this at? More of this. Even if we didn't get actual like fight scenes of the other GT, it still would have been better to actually see who was more involved. Actual scenes. Right, she opens her bow. Where was she keeping this? We will eliminate this on our own. If the women and children be... Why are there children? See, now that I'm thinking about it, this... What are we talking about? Women and children? Why they got kids on the train? This is an oversight. This sentence shouldn't exist. Have the men who can stand recover anyone still inside the train compartments. Once that's done, we use the wreckage as cover. Spread the civilians across the length of the train, have them stay hidden, but ensure they are all out. My lord, if that monster on the hills targets them, they'll be in danger of being crushed beneath the train. If that thing can throw one stone, it can throw another. You ain't even grab another one, bro. You good? You don't got none stockpile, bro. You good? You're worried about the wrong thing, my friend. This move is not to protect the civilians from that enemy. It is to protect them from Lord Akin. I'm guessing his talent based on all of this. Light work. Oh, actually, we don't see him move in this episode, but I think following like the sequence she's about to say and like to really show what Kofi's talent is about, it would have been a lot better if him just walking kind of like flicked the train up or something. But he exited that train perfectly fine. It still fits with his character, but you know, both still work. His talent is dangerous not only to his foes, there's a volatile substance that flows through his body. Make sure which is heated by the slightest of movements. We call it Tyson. Lord Akin has trained himself to avoid as many unnecessary movements as possible. Imagine he's in high school and he's trying to hoop, and the moment he dunks, he fucking destroys the whole gymnasium. He rests not because he's tired, that's supposed to say tired, but to protect us all. With that in mind, I'm sure you can imagine what a train wreck can do to his body. I don't think I'm saying that. It's calling for a release of tension. If we don't get those civilians out of there before he moves, the train will be a coffin to many. See, like what I just said would have like helped reinforce this statement better. Element talent reminds me of Minato and Noctis. Oh yeah, you know what? I did actually play some of that version of Final Fantasy before I never played it again. So people be throwing the word fraud out every day. At everybody. Yeah, that term in like mid and like what's another word? What are some like? I think I've heard the term. It's like buzzwords. Some words just get overused now. Even the word glaze gets overused. There's another one. The problem is like when you use words like over and over again, they start to lose their meaning, you know? I thought this was a lady for a second. Bullet fire. I'm genuinely gonna say he just has decent durability with no rock armor. Frag out. Oh. Nigga, that is a lady. Threw the frag. It did nothing. They hit him with the light rods. I think he feels it, but it actually doesn't hurt him for real. Ineffective fallback. See, it says ineffective. And she shoot the arrows. This was good. Pierce the skin. Throw on the arm. This was nice. It was very good. Then he look at this one. He like stretch out trying to get out. Then she had a foof. She finna Blake, bro. Sonya Tagari, talent Eloin, talent type, range and power. Wait, that says I just auto read that. Range warp. The might of the elm tree has spread throughout Sonya's body. She produces like this kind of statement would make like what I would understand if it was kinesis, especially what she does later. She produces red seeds shaped like arrowheads from the palms of her hands, which can be used in two ways. The seeds, once fired, embed themselves into an object. Sonya can cause them. I think the reason it's range is because of how she uses her talent. This is the one talent type I think is based on application and less about what it actually does. Because you can make this a control type, maybe even range control, but I say control. Kinesis based off the first sentence. Like he was just like, damn, I don't got a range type. Oh wait, oh yeah. Sonya can cause them to erupt violently into massive elm tree constructs. She can also swap places with the seed that has been planted before it grows. There are no limits to this teleportation otherwise. This is why I think Sonya can save Kofi. I'm not saying she did, because like I said, it's possible that she died with him, but it's very clearly possible based on how her talent works for her to be able to save them both. Sonya is also equipped with code issued Titan Tech arrows and a 400-pound compound bow. This is trash. The bow doesn't really matter because it gets the job done. But this is trash. This shit is trash. And I said that so many times. Alright, she throw the arrow in his head. It blows up. But she already gone. On your guard, man. If possible, we eliminate this foe without involving Lord Akin. Let us begin. Okay, I got some good points. I got some good points. Next. They're evil in all ways. They win fights and they have aura. Okay. Yeah, buzzwords. The nigga said hit the ducky. Frieza, Aizen. Oh, here he goes. All right. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right, see, off this alone, get them arrows out of there. Aldrich was right. Thanatos may hold great power, but his methods involve micro-tactics. Okay, let me let's say should have seen more of Thanatos's micro-tactics. I don't know how I spelled that so horribly. Yeah. Fighting wise, because he's supposed to be an ancient talent user. His talent is never said to be ancient, so that's technically incorrect. But didn't come out of hiding till the dude with the autonomic talent was dead, and his fight with that's what people run. I mean, if you know somebody can like, if you know somebody, Veil's methodical. So, but like, if you know somebody has a potential to kill you, regardless of how good you are as a fighter, I mean, would you not be hesitant or at least smart? Like, he doesn't have to show himself. That also just shows that Rokash was a lot stronger than he should have been placed, or at the very least, that is another reason to say why the ranking system is kind of like flawed in terms of how characters are actually ranked and portrayed. Aldrich was right. Thanatos, wait, I read this part. By targeting these MPs, he aims to destabilize nations, presenting himself as the only viable leadership. This was good. For his plan to work, he needs them dead. Yet, this is kind of what Killmonger did. Yeah, with enough time, Lord Akin can actually. It's not just what he did, but it is what I think the other guy's name is Ross as well. It's what he literally says that what Killmonger was trying to do in Black Panther. Yet with enough time, Lord Akin can reduce his temperature, allowing him to put a safe distance between him and our passengers. I wondered why you'd place a nuke on a train, Aldrich Ross. By the looks of it, you had no choice but to play your best card. See? Look at this damage, bro. The new Kimyo armor-piercing rounds, Trinidad's Greyhound researchers could not have invented these sooner. Oh wait, Trinidad's, I read this horribly. The new Kimyo armor-piercing rounds, Trinidad's Greyhound's researchers could not have invented these sooner. I only have a limited amount. Count your shot. She had like enough arrows the entire fight. She was good. Count your shots, Sonya. Titan Tech gave us the edge against our enemies, but I presume these are meaningless against you. Look. Look. I wonder what kind of damage this would do to like Lath, Jose. Like this just, you know what I mean? Like if the characters are steadily growing because they have like the time to, this sort of tech doesn't make sense anymore. It's already outdated basically. I highly doubt a few explosive arrows can put a dent in something so monstrous. You will be correct. You're clearly not human. We must identify your talent, but most importantly, why can't I sense any chi coming from you? This was good. This was a very good hint for later. Alright, my nigga regen on some cool shit. Impossible, Lord Akin. I've never seen anything like this. A perfect regeneration. What are you? The nigga ore farmer a little bit. Target possesses God-tier level healing. Conserve ammunition. Wait. Oh, never mind. Gaki status confirmed. Switching to TI SC. Tactical immobilization support combat. Wait. Oh, okay, that's what that means. We've gone through this, man. We ate the royal blood. Stay clear of the target and prioritize immobilization. He's so funny. Human beings standing tall against the greatest of my father's creations. Fools, what can possibly go wrong? Wait till you see what kind of beast Kronos really is. Alright, she pull the arrow back. She launch it. He catch it. It spits out the smoke. I love this arrow. These arrows are good. They get to blasting. She shoot the arrow near his foot. She switch. She stab him with 2 arrows. Burst out his leg. This is good. She hit the this looked like y'all ever played Black Ops 6 when they introduced that Omni movement stuff? This looked like what Sonya just did. Yeah, that's actually really funny. This definitely looked like some Omni movement type timing. This is Sonya Tagari reporting field data 2 code, subject Gaki experimentation. Real weakness is pure unrefined gold. Why would he willingly want to fight someone? It potentially may cause a threat to him. It's a very good point. New Sentinel class life from detective. Stand by for observation. She shoot 3 arrows in him. It burst out the torso. Look at that damage. Subject possesses a humanoid physique, no visible blood, no indication of pain sensitivity, and no detectable chi. This shit would have had me thrown. He can do what now? God tier or greater levels of regeneration. No active combat feats observed. He ripped his leg off. It looked like he ripped his own leg off. He hit the punch. She hit a step back. She do a nice little backflip into the clean landing. He regen. Delay before regeneration appears to be several seconds. Subject restores organic and inorganic material. Stand by for further analysis. He was on her ass. She shoot the arrow this way. This shows how fast her actual projectiles are, low key. There's another like showing of it. Cause she shoots this arrow and it goes all the way here before he can technically touch her. And then it lands and he like in quotes got her, but he really doesn't. She switch. I wonder why did he draw her hand here when she ended up doing this anyway. I wonder why he did that. Alright, she formed the long, extra long arrow. Pause. This is clean. She fires it straight to the knee. Look, I know that hurt. You ever hit your knee on something and you just gotta sit there and be in pain? This is what this feel like. Focus fire, it won't stay pinned for long. She pinned it down, hit the force growth. Look, he should have put their trajectory right here. He should have turned it. He got them pointed the wrong way. Does it? Yeah. He shoot at the shoulder. I like this because it coincides with what he says right here. Regeneration costs chi as its regeneration costs chi as its ammunition. Keep at it. It's a power scale thing, or not power scale. Power. What was it? System. That's the word. Power system. It was raining. Expanse. Oh no! I was type that backwards. And this just makes sense. Alright, focus fire. They blasting. He huffing and puffing. He immediately regen. Damn it, he's breaking out. Ooh. But I have to eat some graham crackers, bro. I ate ace this way earlier. He grabbed the roots, rips at it. She shoot 3 arrows from this nice little tree wall. He like, what the hell? She in the air. You haven't revealed your style of combat yet. I must keep you separated from the troops. She shoot bro with an explosive arrow. Off the distraction, she shoot the arrow right here. Hit a clean warp. She didn't even land on the arrow though. This was kind of interesting that she didn't, or I said on the arrow, on the wood, but she landed on the ground. Cause like, unless, nah. She should have landed like either off to the side or like here. Like your movements are primal. Keeping your attention should not be a challenge. You hit the arrow on the backside. See, another good way, good show of AP. The arrow grows a tree in the thorns and bursts the entire left side. This almost remind me of what Yukiko did. Right, just more focused, right? The entire this whole shit is gone. Like, all this is gone, bro. Like look. Honestly, Loki should have did like. Loki should have took a little bit more off here. Just a little bit more off here. Or you got the hand raise for the hammer fist. Which I think it actually is raining. He slammed it. Look at the ground damage. She hit the back jump. This was crazy. He hits a roar on his Andrea shit. Breaks through the trees. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 soldiers just got smoked off one roar. He ripped the arrows out of... This was weird. This was kind of weird. Like... Or maybe not, because like he rips the arrows or the thorns out of his body. Like he pulls them basically. So like these come off, but then I guess the regrowth of his arm broke the other ones? Question mark? This nigga grab a piece of ground, like he an earthbender, tosses it up. Look at the toss motion. She shoot the arrow to the wherever, honestly. She switched. Hey, injuring you is futile. Can you even be restrained? And then he hit the speed blitz to where she is off the prediction with the distraction. That speed. A haste talent. W reaction. Oh, this is great reaction and great a showcase for how fast these can actually grow. Cause like she reacts to this. It's like this is still right here when these show up. This is good in my opinion. He punches through it though. She has to jump back with a slide landing. Alright. This was hilarious. No. Kofi heard me yell. And then he locks in. This is Royal Blood Tier Sonya Tagari. All code troops be advised. Clear the area and stand down. Lord Kofi Akin has entered the battle. This nigga got an earpiece and he heard his shorty scream. I like what this is supposed to do. Like I like what this is supposed to do, but this shit should have went. Alright, next time. Uber Heart. Nico is better than Shay. Mom and overall character personal. Eesh. May serves more plot device. Wait. More like plot device or MacGuffin? I disagree. Plot device, yeah, I wouldn't call her a MacGuffin though. That feels disingenuous. More than just two powerful talents? There definitely are two. More than two. W Meadow Creek sound. We just have to see, but for right now, they all know fraud. She obviously like Nico should have been more, not gonna lie, I really like her character. I think she should have been more as well. Like what? She obviously doesn't have any combat experience. That's the problem. There's like proof of her training as a kid, so it's like, what did she do for the next, what, 20 years of her life? Right? Like, what did she do? Sit around? Um, I'll make a video, but you could also say that she's a like a likelihood for being like, if she actually trained and tried, she could be um Sabito's hand, or like the unofficial hand. Like he doesn't have one because of his mission, but she is his hand. It's also stated that they're given in abundance. So if you just want to look up the definition of abundance, whereas we know other clans have like one. Jay think Vale's a great villain too, so it's not just you who thinks. Um, I just don't think he's a bad villain. That's the thing. I don't think he's a bad villain. Again, I don't think he's as amazing as like Madara or Aizen or fucking even Black Zetsu. Um, or shit. Even I just watched what's it called? Bungo Stray Dogs. What's that dude's name? Fyodor. They all not even really close to like showcase Fyodor wise, but for the story, he's just not bad. Like you just can't call him bad or a fraud in my opinion. Wait, in ample, okay, abundance in ample quantity. Yeah, ample. Let's look up the definition. Sometimes these definitions be a little generous or more than adequate in size, scope, or capacity. Yeah, so there's definitely just more than two, right? It's just that the whatchamacallit is the most known one. I thought the entire Heart Clan were supposed to be potential badasses. Probably my misconception. I think that's the idea at the very least. Like they're supposed to be like a family of like really good samurai type people, and then like more than like 10 probably have really good talents, right? Um, um, yeah. Whereas we don't know if the Hemlocks have more than one talent, even in their family. Um, we don't know anything about the Odozu clan outside of just the Beast Gaki, and it's more implied that the technique he was going to use is a clan technique as opposed to a talent specific technique. Um, we know of like Abijah coming from Judah, but he should what was I talking about? I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Abijah. He should have the only talent in his family or in his tribe, right? And then there's Goro with the Masamunes, and we don't even know if that family had more Kimyos outside of Goro. But like the way it's implied, the Heart Clan have like notable or more stronger individuals, right? I've seen this Masato, all of the hey, if stream lag or cut off, it's because it's raining extra hard and my power went out. But we should be good for now. Um, there's a Sabito or any Hisame user. There's people like Kaguya. Like we don't really know how strong Kaguya is at his max, but at the least he's Titan General level. And I feel like there's at least like 5 other people like that, right? All right, scroll. You don't need to read this. All right, the W walk. W oral walk. Why she looks so... Actually, no. Everybody's expression is kind of funny here. Like, he looks nervous. They're nervous. She's like, oh, fuck. Yo, her nose ring is massive, bro. Gosh. Right? W excitement. What? Don't look at me. Go on, have your fun. Father said we can do whatever we want today. He said this, and then, I don't know, his statement later kind of funny. But yeah, I feel it too. This one is strong, and I know that makes you excited. W manipulation. Yo, look, he finna high five, bro. Perfect. He must be their boss. The stronger, the better. Now we will later understand why. The god tier, huh? Father said we're equals, but there's no one equal to Konos and I. This makes sense. This guy thinks he can step up to Konos this confidently. Does he have any idea who slipped? He slipped the high five punch, whatever this was supposed to be. He slipped past it and hits bro with a beautiful right hook. Sending him straight into whatever you want to call this. Just call it some rocks. Big ass rock. Konos? You stepped in the path of a god tier on his mission. This is unforgivable. Let's go. Tyson. One thing I do like is I'm actually gonna put this in the under character interaction. I do like when characters refer to their talents as if they're separate from themselves. Entity. I think that's a good way to put it. Entity. Alright, Lord Kofi Akin, Talent Tyson, Talent Type Power. I got all of this right. I basically got all of this right, bro. Michael Glycerin Tysonaceous, aka Tyson, is a substance that flows through the veins of Lord Kofi Akin. When heated, this radioactive and highly combustible substance releases large volumes of gas within Kofi's bloodstream. This creates explosive movements that double their potency on contact. There is no limit to how hot Tyson can get. The longer Lord Kofi remains engaged in combat, the more powerful he grows. This is the reason I think he got top 3. This is the reason right here. From his skill in this episode, it's good, but I don't think it's Titan or it's God tier good. Right? He also has 5 years of experience. I think the fact that he can continuously grow in this conceptual thing, but even still, like what we see, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about him. From what we see later on, he can grow. He can continue to grow hot, but I don't know, man. Y'all get to it later. All right. This looked like when you sat in a chair and it fell and broke. And it sit and broke. You said, I still want to know why this was a bad fight to y'all. Showcase and depiction. Showcase and depiction. I'll get to it in when we really get to the episodes that exemplify what I'm talking about. Keep in mind, Brent told me this fight was supposed to show planetary. Was supposed to show that the characters are planetary. Keep that in mind. All right, he hit the jump up, no ratio, kind of like a monkey. Slam down with the Tyson flowing into the ground visual. He's excited. He get the grab, the slip grab into the ground throw. Looking for the punch. He get the punch. He actually punches his head clean off. We never seen this before until just now. He kicks him. He slips the kick. This is hilarious. Like, this visual is just funny. His hair regrows. He hits a nice little like backhand. He slips the right punch. hits the what is this? Is this the liver area? Like bottom rib liver area? Quick change, hits him in the face with the right after hitting him with the left. Flips past, pivots on the left foot after he tries his own grab. My lord, keep sharp, he's fast. He hits a spin back around him right here. He peeps it though. Like, look at where his eyes are though. This is actually a good visual. This is a good visual. Look at where his eyes are. He can probably see him out his peripheral vision. He questions if he has a haste. He goes for the spin. Punches his arm off. Good looking out, Sonya. This is W eyesight on her part. W callouts. This is what you want your team to do when you playing Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends, Fortnite, Warzone, all those good team games. These are the kind of callouts you want, but you have to be able to act on it. Let's keep going. He hits the laugh. He reaches out with his other arm. This haymaker is crazy. This haymaker is just crazy, bro. Like, if a nigga does this, if you're good enough, you can move out of the way of this. Maybe I'm tripping, but like, if you see this in real life, if this lands, it's gonna hurt. But like, there's no way you can fake this kind of movement. Like, there's no way you can like feint this and then switch up tactics. Like, all of your power is now going straight into this fist. So what you should do, if we all are under the assumption that he's gonna definitively hit with the right, you can block it with your own right and counter with your left. You could more martial artsy redirect it, right, and leave this new side open. You could also try to go for the legs. Off of visual, I would say this perspective. Hold on, I gotta think about perspective. I'm trying to think of which foot is more weak or which one is more open. I feel like it's this one. If you can kind of shove this leg right here to disturb his balance, you also can create an opening. Cause like, this is crazy. This is crazy. But let's keep going. He lost stamina due to overuse of Nuke Blast and Twin Fists. Hey, that's on him. He should have count that. Let's see real life fighting styles in fiction. That's not why this fight's bad. Wait, would you say he's like Ultra Ego Vegeta who can grow stronger, but he's durable and stamina is ass? His durability isn't horrible. It's just that it's more catered towards one type of damage, I should say. He can deal with impact damage very well, especially because of what his talent does. But like slashing damage or piercing damage, he's more susceptible to. So I'd say, like, if we put it as a fraction, his durability is like 1/3 good, basically. If you want to put it like that, right? His stamina. Okay, so that's why you said his stamina. He lost stamina due to overuse of Nuke Blast and Twin Fists. Yeah, but like, he actively is aware of what those techniques do. So if those are his greatest attacks and they actively drain his chi, he should be less inclined to use them or perfect them to the point where they don't do that. I think growing stronger relates to his heat. I mean, his heat, I mean, we see what it does. There's no real way to like imply it differently. We actively see what it does. Once his heat reaches a certain point, he goes nuclear, and then he has nuclear energy to use as well, right? It's all encumbered into one, right? That still increases his movements and his attack potency, but the less chi he has, the less effective he can be in the long run, right? And we actively see that. Said he can fight for several days, by the way, which is true. And then he fights for probably a few hours. Honestly, we could honestly estimate it to what everybody else's fight lasted, which is about 9 hours this season, I think. But like, there's no time of day change. We don't actually know what time their mission starts, which is another bad thing because we did get sort of time estimates for the other ones because we see actual numbers. But this fight has no time interval, and then he says he can fight for 7 days, and either chooses not to or actually can't. We can't tell which one is which though. We just can't. You can interpret it the way I did in 161, where was it 161? Maybe it was sooner. I don't know. Actually, no, I think it was 161. Yeah, I think it was 161. You can interpret it to the point where, okay, we know his stronger attacks use a lot of his chi, but they use so much chi that they actively take a hit on his stamina, right? You can interpret it that way, or you can interpret it as, yes, those attacks drain his chi, but he can still fight for far longer, right? How does that work? No clue, don't ask me. He's so strong. To be moving Konos around as if he's a doll takes a lot of power. This is funny to me. Because he has a power talent, that's why it's funny. This guy's fist must be so heavy. Okay, he hits the look back. If this was me, I wouldn't be scared either. If this was me though, like, I got the same chi. Like if I'm him, I have no fear of these individuals either. I'm only kind of maybe potentially slightly frightful of Sonya because she got the same chi as me and the other guy. I am Sonya Tagari of the Royal Bloods. Stand down, Gaki, you are cornered. Be advised, I acknowledge the implication of your rank, thus I will not hesitate to eliminate you. This is a good. Even in the text, Brent trying to continue to show what the implications of like Gaki are, right? Like how strong you're supposed to be, right? He's only a child, not much younger than my own boy. I kind of like that he dies. My lord, how do we even proceed? How do I raise a gun to that? And then he hits the blood fucking needle kunai. Tosses it. He tosses it just like a kunai too. He shoots it. I like this. I like the use of lines here, directly showing where everything's going, right? I think the line is supposed to cut off right here though. This part, if you can see it, this shouldn't be here. He said Kofi more or less panicked against Konos. Hey man, that's on him. That just adds to his actual skill and experience. But he didn't panic like good. He panicked bad. But he was just fighting a losing battle. Good, but you thought you deflected it, huh, lady? I also like this. Deflecting blood is pointless. You only shatter it into smaller particles. And these droplets always find their target. Child laugh, and insert child laugh here. Fire! Wait! He has the clean blood-side look. He's so nonchalant. Blood Monarch's art. I like the naming techniques right here. Blood Reaper sickle. And then he sent about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blood slashes. She throw up the wood wall. It doesn't matter. See, like, the durability of these isn't good because it's susceptible to slashes and blunt force damage, right? At least like on par with it, like, or above it, however you want to depict it. But these get cut through multiple times, and they get what's the word I'm looking for? And they get broken through, like punched through. Get down. He also takes these 2 out, these 3 out, by the way. This is a lady. They're gone. She looked mad. Cornered? You think the likes of you can corner us? Stupid woman. This is so funny to me. We are the perfect sons of Lord Veggiezatha. Okay? Kofi's still throwing out clean haymaker punches. You think a couple soldiers at your side will help you kill the Grim Reaper. This, I would say the same thing, because why are these humans here? That your friend over there is winning. That he has Konos pinned. I like the visual of this, panel. How stupid can you people be? The ancient Konos Hercule defeated? You fools. Catches the punch, surprises him. Who do you think slew the parents of the Great Four? Konos, the first living talent. Look at his teeth. Just realize it. Look at his teeth. Right. I don't think there's anything to note about this episode. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to note about this episode. Why you saying I'm capping? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Imagine you had a fuck ton of chi and you see code agents. If it was Greyhounds, because I said if that was me, I wouldn't be scared. Do you think the Reaper Gaki would have beaten Abijah off Aura? Stop it. Look at how shook he looks. He's like, whoa, he getting back up? Is that? Raise the fist. Braces himself. Gets hit with a nice little left hook. Sends him back. He hits the same jump. Nice landing. I like the implications of these next lines right here. There it is. If Sonya can put up a good fight against this child while actually using her talent, I guarantee Abijah actually trying would off this little boy. I meant in fight, not aura. Yeah, I'm not sure why you put aura. That must be a crazy autocorrect. But yeah, no. I think the Abijah got it, bro. He has more. What's the word? He has a more. Not dispersal. He's more evasive. Far more evasive. More experience than what Sonya even has. A more destructive talent, guaranteed. Right? In a very clear intent to actually kill. I don't know what Sonya's deal was with this fight. She really should have stabbed him. I'm gonna show y'all where she should have stabbed him. Actually, I think it's in this episode. Let me see. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's in the next one. Maybe it's in the next one. But she could have stabbed him, but she didn't. She chose to punch and smack him. She actually treated him like a kid. Alright, I like these implications right here. There it is. What you've been hiding all this time, there is no mistaking it. You just attacked me with the power of Tyson. Redirecting, absorbing, however you did it, you somehow got your hands on my chi, using it against... And then he flexed like even more. Well, I'll be damned. A mimic. This is crazy. He was like, you know what? Let me just really show you the sauce. And he took his fit and put it on. And then he kind of out-ored him in his own fit right here. If I'm being honest. The fit, not clean, but this is crazy. Seth's talent could have been anything other than antimatter. No cap. So this is the weapon you held, Thanatos. There is no record of a talent like this. A sentinel beast with the ability to copy its opponent. To mold itself freely, this creature must have a surplus of chi akin to that of royal blood Orion Atlas. W upscale. W chi upscale, in my opinion. I assume we cannot detect your chi because unless it is actively copying something, it remains dormant. I like this. I think I can add this to power expanse because it adds to why he can't be detected if you're not looking at him. Mur the Fit Snatcher Adamos. Insanity. Yeah, no. I do something similar to this with a talent weapon, actually. Now I remember. So I will add it to power expanse. All Brent has to do have the Beastgaki fight Minamoto and kill him. And then Orion, actually I'll say it like this. Yeah. Or kill him or nearly kill him, or make it clearly show that the Beastgaki can kill what's his name, right? But instead show like a flashback of Orion and Minamoto having a conversation about if Minamoto is ever close to death, Orion will come and take his talent. And then we actually see Orion intercede and basically kill his superior himself, right? This does three things. It shows that the Beast Gaki is very clearly above Minamoto. It shows the relationship between a Gaki or a God tier and their hand, like the individual relationships and agreements they can make. And it shows like a sort of unique way of talent transfer depending on talent. You said tribe of ore because he's always ore farming. You gotta chill. When you say things like that, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's be a little accurate. Okay, power system expansion. If Brent did something like that, or even something close to that, that's good writing. That's great writing. I'm gonna actually make a video where I mention that same thing. I mentioned it on the stream like two different times. Yeah. Orion can really be one of them ones. Okay, I'm gonna do chi being dormant unless talent is in use. I should put parentheses dormant chi as a whole, since dormant chi is actually highlighted this season 3 times. Now that'd be lit because he makes his own music. I'm not really seeing the correlation, but yeah. Okay, he speeds out his own clothes because he don't need this anymore. An abomination like you must be felled. I like this. Gives off that Elden Ring vibe. He changes fit. This nigga is laughing. Changes fit. Hits the speed blitz punch. Lord Akin, he copied Tyson. This must be Thanatos' best card. How important are these MPs to you that you had to use this beast to eliminate them? You need this world to spiral into chaos for your plan to succeed. This is true. Do you understand it now, lady? Konos can copy anything he desires based on the chi cost it requires. This is not a fight, but a slaughter. And he sends out 3 blood slashes. She weaves them. Look at the weave. This can show difference in projectile speeds and like reaction. She sends out her own 3 projectiles though. It looks like he cuts the arrows, but the wood arrow actually, or the seed arrow actually becomes wood. See, kill everything. Oh wait, I'm tripping. When we're deployed, Father's instructions are always the same. Kill everything. This makes sense. All right, he hits the punch. He does this little flash that vanish. Tries to duck behind him again. He actually succeeds and he has to block. This is what I mean by blunt force damage versus pierce damage versus slash damage, right? This is impact damage, right? And he can block it perfectly fine. There's no real damage to him, right? He hits an elbow to the face. He hits a nice little back fist. Sends him up into the air. Hits a clean. I mean, he kind of fast, bro. He hits a clean, like I said, flash stab right behind him and kicks him down. This move is kind of disrespectful. He lands though. Lord Akin, is your earpiece working? Can you hear me? Copy, Sonia. Thanatos is smart. He won't provoke a war if... I wonder why heat visual isn't here. He won't provoke a war if the odds are not in his favor. He needs the civilians dead as they hold national stability in check. Whatever we do, we cannot fail. Imagine like a civil war amongst the countries starting because Thanatos like faked the deaths of their leaders and like pinned it on the other country. That would be good writing. All right, he goes for the wild punch with his mouth open, pause. He slams down, blocks it, perfectly fine. Counters with the punch to... looks like right here on his chest, right? Punch to the chest. He counters himself, punches back. This empowers him though. Thanks for that, I needed the jumpstart. Usually it takes a long time for my heat to increase during battles. My opponents never seem to have enough bite. But with you, I've never gotten this much heat from one strike. Seeing that you're using my own talent against me, there's no more delay for my power spike. Again, this shows that Kofi has an actual sort of lag on his like growth, right? Because for two reasons, his talent just naturally, while it does grow, it grows not as fast as you would think, but also he's usually stronger than the people he's fighting, so he doesn't have to, like, they don't last long against him basically. All right, he hits the return punch, kind of like an uppercut it looks like, on some Mortal Kombat. Hits him into the mountain low range thing. Pierces his right side. Almost kind of spiraling off the heat. If he mimicked my strength, he will also inherit the weakness I persevere to overcome. What are you going to do about the heat? Tyson burns you from the inside. He also has like heat resistance because of this, by the way. Or at least to some degree, I should say. He has some heat resistance because it does leak through his body at some point, which means at some point his body can no longer contain what he is outputting. What happens when Tyson overflows? Can that beast control it? Does it even have a heart? No. Look at this. This is so nasty. Is he roaring? He's roaring. Shay, my lord. I wish we knew when this actually took place. Yes, Mahalo. Like, I think this sort of like conversation is just better fits if we know what's happening during the 8-month time skip. Like, it feels right to put it right there. 4,000 years ago. Again, this should read as almost 5,000 years ago from my own personal research that I put in the review of this episode. I know all about you, young prince, but you know little of me. Permit me to tell you a story of my past. Look at these youngins, bro. Look at the youngins. Before my body faded and I became what I am today, I was granted the gift of family, parents, Azura and Seth. Elimelech, my son. And sure, Mur is gentle with Mahalalel. He sometimes forgets his own strength. Yes, father. Look at this little nigga, bro. He looks so happy. Seeing mortal men grow old and die while leading about a family, my mother and father prayed for children of their own. So the Creator sent them us, 4 sons in bodies of flesh. I'm supposed to say sons. The Lord has answered their prayers. We were not to be raised on the earth, but above it. We were given our own place, a floating island separated from mortal men. Mur Adamos. There were few humans blessed with wisdom that lived with us. We simply protected and taught them the ways of the Creator. And in turn, they cherished us. Though we were superior to them in strength and size, they even helped raise my brothers and I when we were young. Alright, he touches it, and then mimics it. I think this is supposed to hit the implication that interaction, like physical contact, is a key to actual mimicking. I even had a friend back then. Mur was its name. Similar to what humans today refer to as pets, Mur was to me a sibling. I'm not gonna lie, part of the way this flashback is structured, the way this flashback is structured is kind of how I thought a flashback related to Malhazar would go in terms of like Malhazar being told to Yukiko and like what he did as a story, like for their history. This is kind of how like the structure I feel that could follow if that were the case. But we're probably gonna get like a sort of isolated thing, kind of like what we did with Leo's flashbacks and like Sabito's flashbacks, kind of. Similar to humans today what humans today refer to as a pet, Mur was to me as a sibling. I believe he was even made just for me. The first living talent was my truest friend. At times I felt he understood me more than my own brothers. Innocent and pure, Mur embodied childlike love. I think this is a really good connection. crazy. Okay, wait. What was it? What did I say? I'm gonna do biblical. So okay, got 6 more. Connection. I'm gonna do mer. I did not spell that right. Mer. Embody. Childlike love. Nice. Decided to clap those parents crazy. Two years later. That niggas grew fast in 2 years. The knowledge of Kimyos was little back then. Other than the inhabitants of our island, few of humanity knew we existed. From time to time, my parents would visit them, teaching them the ways of God, even intervening in their wars at times. However, that soon came to an end. After a 2-year siege of a pagan king, my parents returned to find trouble had visited our own home. Now, why did this take 2 years? I think the reason this took 2 years, is we could also say that even pagans were Kimyos. Like some pagans were Kimyos, right? So even the king of whoever the king of the kingdom that they were sieging was also a like sort of grand Kimyo himself, right? I feel like that fits. I feel like that kind of fits. And then we could also relate that to like this with later on seeing this right here, like this, like they're Kimyos, but their allegiance is to God, whereas like a pagan Kimyo wouldn't have this, right? Like they wouldn't have that as a sign. It's like a sign of their unallegiance, right? Tall as hell, yeah, they were massive. I think that's a way you can explain why it took 2 years, right? But this nigga, he should have cleared them. I don't know what we doing, bro. But I also think like the way they kind of work makes it seem as though like even soldiers, like they command soldiers, and then when it's their time to intercede in combat, they do it, right? You see, even though we had bodies of flesh, my family and I did not derive sustenance from natural food. We lived off the energy of chi itself. It's what strengthened our bodies. I think this also adds to like stamina, like this statement right here. That's like how Kimyos can sustain themselves without eating or sleeping. We later learned we could absorb from sunlight, but at the time, God planted a tree for us, the fruit of which is wow. But at the time, God planted a tree for us, the fruit of which it bore possessed pure chi. Mer, however, being a living talent, his body already being made of chi, was forbidden from eating the fruit. Eating pure chi is what made us powerful. If Mer got his hands on it, his copy ability would become endless. Basically. And look, bro munching, bro. He devious with it. I read a comment that said that thought this should be related to Thanatos' talent. I disagree because the color palette of this reflects the fruit he's eating too. Like on the inside, right? Hey, he's not even eating the whole fruit. He just taking one bite. Like he taking one bite. Like it's still like half the fruit here. My nigga, finish your plate. Disrespectful ass. Still to this day, I refuse to believe Mur, the friend I knew, broke every rule and made his way into the courtyard by himself. But nevertheless, he did. He ate every fruit the tree bore that year. I like the concerned look on her face. Good expression. The humans were able to contain him in the courtyard, but when the fruit ran out, there was no telling what he would do. My mother had us evacuate the island. Mur has become a monster. The gentle beast had now developed an insatiable appetite for power. This flashback could have actually, it could have waited. It could have waited. I think this flashback works better if, what's his name? What's his actual name? Methuselah is the one telling it. Okeanos, I think this flashback works a little bit better if he's the one telling it. Not to take away from like the relationship Ilios had with Myrrh, but the way it's shown, even when Methuselah sees him, they have a similar relationship in my opinion. So you could tie it to both of them in that way, make them both a little bit more relevant. My parents would fight to the death to put them down. This nigga should have boomed him, bro. I don't know why Brent did that. This was foolish. The battle lasted months. Those that escaped late said my father sunk the island. How did they even get down here? This reminds me of like One Piece. Like, you know how they gotta use a knockup stream to get to Skypiea? Spoiler, sorry. But like even getting back down was hard. So like how do you like, did they like ride the freaking waterfall and just land safely? It's like the waterfall like an elevator? I don't know. That's also like begs the question of how they get up. How do they get up this? If they come down to fight in wars and teach, how did like they bring people up? And like get others up? Okay, burying all three of them. Later, I later searched for their bodies, but I believe they all died that day. Without our parents and my friend, the four of us that remained of the Adamos family were never the same. I feel like this is gonna get a good capitalization on later. And if not, L. That's what I'm saying. I've been having this in the background for a minute. I come chat once and people are bickering. Hilarious. Myrrh was a whole silverback gorilla. Yes, he does mean Seth. It's funny. Okay, let's go ahead and skip this. All right. They're like mutual ore farming? Nah, he lost the ore farm battle because he roared. He lost. They were mutual ore farming in this scene, but he did this, stripped him of all aura. All right, he jumps, crash lands. You may not feel pain, but Tyson overheating is inescapable discomfort. Though I expect you may be able to adapt to this, as a body that copies talents must adjust in order to wield them. Okay, good punch. Hit this nigga with you ever play wait, actually I think Goku does it in the Tournament of Power where he just punches and like the pressure from Ultra Instinct just shoots out. That leaves me with very minimal options if they even work. I'm not even sure what this ended up being. Look at bro. Anyway, Tyson at its hottest is an unstoppable force. It may take some more time to get to that point, but you look to be an immovable object. How's this gonna work? This was a good comparison. My window for victory may be the smallest I've ever faced. Very well then. We'll just see who falls apart first. He lost this, by the way. He technically fell apart first. This punch is crazy though. Alright. Hits the slip, hits the grapple from the back. Pause. But hits the slam. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This move instant KO. You see this in WWE, you know it's over. Alright, he went for the skull grab face punch like he in the high school fight. He peeps his expression. My nigga shedding tears with it. He's sad. He hits the double mimic. It mimics Eloin off the branch. Put him. I don't even know how high this could be in the air. He was on a mountain though. And see, you see how he gets pierced? This is what I mean by pierce damage, right? Kofi, you fool. Since when do you hesitate in battle? He breaks it? Sheesh, look at that hole. Eloin must Lord Akin now fight 2 top-ranked talents. Stop it, you old man, you're hurting Konos. We're gonna crush all of you. It's a nice little blood slash. I do like the way his blood is colored, especially like with the projectiles. He saves these 2. Get them out of here, bro. They're useless. Get up, Konos. Don't let these grown-ups make fun of us. This is such a kid sentence, bro. My dad hates it when we take too long to complete missions. So remember when I said one of his earlier statements was funny? I was talking about the statement where he says he said they can do whatever they want. But he almost kind of somewhat, just a little bit, contradicts himself with this statement right here. Just a tad. Not too much, but just a slight amount. Alright, he grabs it. She hits the arrow shot. These arrow angles be crazy. Cause what angle? You can only hit like a top angle to land it like this. If we do this one quickly, maybe he'll. I wonder what this could possibly have meant. To hit the transport, this is actually terrifying. If I was him in this moment, if this was me, and we got the same chi, but I'm still a kid, this would actually scare me. She like she finna whoop me. Look, she punches him in the chest. My mom has done this to me before. Hits him with a, I don't know if she like bitch slaps him or hits him like in the neck. It looks like she hits him with a neck hit. But like, look at his goofy expression. And then she kicks him. Okay. So earlier I was talking about she could have ended it right here. It's like almost she kind of chose not to. She disarms him though. This is to be noted. She disarms him, but she doesn't like deal damage to him in a way that would actually kill him. Maybe she feels bad. Who knows? But she could have ended this little nigga right here. She very well could have. I want everybody to be aware of this. This hit right here and this hit right here could have been arrows that she could have stabbed into his chest. Head, blew this nigga body apart. It could have been bad for him. Why did my mom do that kind of abuse? Relax. I'm gonna say she kicked me into a mind, G. Relax. Konos, do something. Look, my nigga shedding tears still, drooling. Mur, protect me. Oh, my nigga. My lord, you're wounded. 5 years we've been together, yet this is the first time I've seen you bleed. Oh wait, this says you've seen me bleed. I'm tripping. Yeah, this is the first time you've seen me bleed. Takes it out. Look at the blood, bro. I mean, the blood visual just never gets old. I'm fine. It missed anything vital. I should have known he could still mimic Eloin even at this distance. How will you proceed, my lord? We continue as planned and keep his attention away from what we came along to protect. I'll find a way to take him down. With this amount of chi, I wonder how does Thanatos control this beast? If only you knew. Whatever happens hereafter, it seems we have awoken him. This is terrifying. This nigga look like... I forget the term. Very well. Please protect yourself. I'm not saying that part. Hits the extendo branch. He punches it. Hits it with a beautiful continuous combo. He steps close to him. He hits him with a 3-piece. I'm not sure which move is first, but however you want to look at it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it don't matter. He still hit him. Other than Thanatos himself, there has not arisen a threat such as this in our generation. If you fail to eliminate this foe, my lord, he will be unleashed on humanity. Okay, he's the hammer fist. Look, he's durable though. That doesn't do anything to him. Therefore, you must do what is. Sheesh. Therefore, you must do what it is you do best. Wait, what? Yeah, what it is you do best. Dyslexic, relax. Absorb every blow you take. This was a good visual. There's also a good visual follow-up. And make them feel it. That's a hole in little bro. My scans indicate Tyson has almost reached the peak of its highest temperature recorded. If this battle prolongs, you will endanger this state. See, this is another addition. This right here is sort of like the initial setup as to why this fight is bad, because the overall damage scale isn't proper. And there's no real explanation from the characters as to why more damage isn't occurring. Like she just said he can endanger the state, and then he actually enters the form that endangers the state, and the state's perfectly fine still. So, get it done, my lord. Then he hit this him hitting the combo right now. Double blood scythe, as you command, madam. Double blood scythe with the Tyson glow with the back. Elowen, whatever you want to call this. I'm not even sure what it is. Sure. Okay, I think I got everything I needed from this episode though. Yeah. Alright, 57. What's up, Archives? Damage the state, Lamau. That dyslexia debuff is maddening. Also, Silver says W stream. Oh, thanks, Silver. German suplex. He said should be good, and then he said I hope. In relation to season 4, it's more like if, not should. It should be if. If he writes good, season 4 will be good. Right. Alright, no, I will not stand for this. I am a Gaki. No, I'm better than all of them. I think he got some good Gaki potential too. They are just creations of his, but I am his blood. They gain power by infusion, I gain power I gained at birth. Father, I am your son, your only son. And he had the ear grow, the fang grow. Mentions his nickname, the Blood Reaper. I wonder if his nickname will become like a little bit more widespread. Child or not, you are... I mean, she says this and should have took him out sooner, but anyway. Child or not, you are a threat. It is beyond me to face a child in war. But as a royal hand, it is my obligation to eliminate you. Okay, this is like where she decides to like try to kill him. It seems like this is where she like decides to try. And he literally says try it. It's a good follow-up. With the double blood slash. She has the element grove, a great technique. Probably one of my favorites. Actually, she doesn't really do anything outside of this, actually. The traversal ability was cool, but I think Elowen Grove is actually really clutch. You cannot hide in your forest, lady. He is the quadruple blood slash. Grips onto the branch. Look at this nigga, bro. Gosh, you think he Tarzan the way he's able to do this so comfortably. Look at how high up it is too, man. Look at the mountain ranges in the back. Where are you? There, spots her. It's a Blood Reaper sickle, carving star, big ass blood slash. Again, like I said in my review, should be more potent in attack and far larger. She has the double arrow shot. Tinks off his armor. Hits the explosion for the diversion. She shoots the arrow. This is another thing I like about these like scenes right here is that he can't like he almost can't perceive this, right? Like he shouldn't be able to see this. Like he shouldn't be able to see this coming. But he can like perceive her being there, but he can't react. This is a good form of like of showing reactionary speeds, right? He can perceive her, but he can't actually react to her in time, right? He can't actually react to her in time. At least not right here. She then kicks the shit out of him. Through her own branch into another. He says, I'm gonna put holes in you, lady. This like the way he talks to her is so funny because it's really like a child talking to some random ass lady you just don't get along with, right? Shows off the blood needle line. breaks through the branch. She ducks and dodges it. He shoots out about 5 more, if not 4. Dodges all of them. Hits a nice, beautiful technique right here. I love this. Grips the tree branch, upside down, shoots the arrow. He blocks it though. Tells her to get back here. He blocks 1 more. Maybe that's 2 more actually. Jumps off, hits a blood slash. Slashes through the branch. She shoots the arrow mid-air. She's perfectly comfortable in this sort of positioning. Shoots the arrow mid-air. You see the line and the trajectory. This is where he like reacts to the projectile and then kind of outspeeds it, right? But this is also what people call aim dodging. But he gets right behind her though. And he says, got you, alright? However, she hits the counter and switches. So what I think happened here, generally speaking, I think she's able to not only switch, but sort of keep the trajectory of like the arrow she switches with. So if she switches with an arrow that's just placed into something not moving, it'll just switch kind of like to where I guess she was, right? Like in place, or kind of like stay in that sort of regular position, kind of standing and kind of fall over, right? But since this arrow is moving, when she switches with it, it continues its trajectory, right? I think that makes a lot more sense than her refiring another arrow, because it keeps the switching consistency. Yeah. I think that makes sense. He wasn't ready for this. It goes into his arm, and then she hits the follow-up with the branch, smacks him. He gets hit, but he lands kind of well. He says, enough games. The branch shoots out towards him, but he cuts it. This is beautiful. I love this visual for him. I'm going to put an end to you and finish those politicians myself. This will not go in your favor code. She hits the follow-up. You see the little exhale breathing? She hits the follow-up. Down low too slow is funny. He said, my goat getting whooped, sadly. The more enraged you get, the closer your appearance resembles that of the shadow. Could it be, has he truly brought offspring into this world? That nose ring is just something crazy, bro. Blood Reaper sickle carving star. He was finna hit his nice little technique. Not point blank, but damn near. Basically point blank. He was finna cut through her shit. They get interrupted. My nigga Konos got Kofi dragging through the ground, bro, trying to block this attack attempt. He don't know what's going on. Sonya, it's time. Get everyone out of here. Tyson is fully charged. Another thing in regards to depiction as to why this fight is kind of like bad, or not as good as it can be, is Tyson is fully charged, but like the people are still like safe, basically. Like they're still safe. There's no like real danger present. There should be a little bit more danger present with his higher form, you know, leading more into his higher form. I guess that's why he like, I guess that's why he like tells him to get out of there, but like that should have been that low key should have been happening sooner. He also has an earpiece on, so like I guess you can't even say he can't talk to her, but because like he did earlier, so he definitely should have like pre-warned her and then, you know, got them out a little sooner, so that way we can actually see the depiction of his heat and like his radiation causing more of a potential problem. Tyson is fully charged. That'd be tears. Oh, he was breaking the board here. I wondered why this looked like this. This just looked weird to me. Sends little bro back. Lands on his ass. This how you look when you fall, or when you sit down and you tired outside. Same position. Konos, calm down. You're scaring me. Look, this little nigga, big ass kid, bro. Konos, focus, man. This what your this what you got to tell your homeboy when he crashing on a team game, but you need him to lock in. This is what you have to tell your homeboy. This is what he's going through in his mind. What are you doing, stupid? We should look. Now he finna look at you and crash. He finna crash on you. You trying to calm him down. But the enemy team pulled up, so now he get his proper anger to take out on them. I didn't say that sentence right. Hits him with a punch. This lob is hilarious. He punches him and it just goes up like a volleyball. Listen up, people. Royal Tagari has asked that we evacuate. Everyone on your feet. We head for the hills. Code station is not too far out. This nigga hits Konos. Another like visual thing is like if he hit him right here, I guess it depends because they could be off to the side, like over here. So when he gets up, he can see them, but the changing perspective is slightly odd. Okay, I read this part. He looks up, gets up, looks at them behind you. She pulls up, run, gets a cover. They're ready to shoot. Kofi enters. What should we call this form? I'll give it a name later. He grabs the wood tail shit. Slam him to the ground. Gaki, do me a favor. Stay put while they clear the area for us. We need the state of Arizona to ourselves to continue this battle. Like right here, it would have made sense if some of them had like radiation burns, just a tad. Rainbow ass punch. He said Kofi LED light ass transformation. That's funny. It's funny. Backshot Warrior Jaku is actually insanity. Truthful. Alright, we got what, 4 episodes left, including this one? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I'm not really needing to note anything as of right now. I do already have prior notes about this fight and its depiction. But I will get, I think this is the episode where we start to get a little bit more of what I want to say in that episode, or in the review. All right. My nigga roars on his nasty shit. He steps on him. On his this reminds me of y'all remember in Naruto when Guy and Kisame fight and like Kisame's just sitting in the water and Guy's standing above him, he's like, don't move, and Kisame twitches his finger and he punches the shit out of him. And Guy rocks his shit. He's like, I told you not to move. That's what this reminds me of. I asked you not to move, Gaki. We'll recommence in a minute. And this nigga listened. Okay, Tyson leaking, dripping, dropping. This look like Kool-Aid. No racial. Chill out. Chill on me. Tyson has overflowed. I'm gonna call this the overflowed form. Yeah, I'm gonna just call this the overflow form. Makes sense. It's leaking through my skin. With it being radioactive, humans are no longer safe here. Sonya, I'm depending on you. Complete the evacuation. He said, Brent must think Arizona just a big pile of rock and dirt. Alright. Please everyone stay calm. These elm tree constructs will usher us to safety. We've been ordered to evacuate immediately by Lord Kofi Akin. Please ensure you are seated as comfortably as possible. This nigga haircut's something crazy. Our destination is the same, the code secure facility. Once we arrive, all must proceed to the underground bunker. You will be safe there. Understood, officer. But what about them? Will they fight? Will they fight that thing on their own? Reinforcements, do we not have any? They have rejected aid, sir. Lord Third and his hand have chosen to send help elsewhere and see to this threat themselves. Her only task is to secure our evacuation, and she will ensure it is done. However, she will not join us. Royal Tagari will not leave his side. Since they met, they've never been apart. I'm gonna recreate this dynamic a tad. Not to the same degree, at least not to like, not necessarily from her perspective, but from a male perspective. I'm gonna recreate this a little bit though, but not since the characters meet though. It'll be way later. Radioactive overflow state? Nah, radioactive isn't necessary. Too many words. It's too much. Too many syllables. Just overflow. And I wouldn't call it a state, because state almost implies that it's a state talent, but it's just, I like the term form because it makes more sense. Why even give him radiation if you're not gonna demonstrate it properly? Madam Tagari, all personnel are aboard transport, ready for evac. I must inform you of urgent information. Code was attacked. Chairman Ross is said to be in critical condition. Thank you, Major. My elm trees will get you to safety. Secure the passengers with your lives. I'm uncertain of how far I can push the trees. Be prepared to... This is kind of crazy. You can't push them to the state, lady? Like, come on. Or out of the state? Or near the border? Come on. Do better. Be prepared to walk if you... Be prepared to walk if you stop short of the location. Godspeed. And she sends them niggas off. We don't even know if they made it, by the way. Chill like Kool-Aid? I knew I wasn't tripping. To be honest, this just feels like Kaioken. Yeah. Actually, yeah. With radiation and heat. I don't think Kaioken has a heat mention. It's just the red. But I could be wrong about that. Aldrich is in danger. He always said he'd risk his life to protect Kinyo Kine. Has he finally done it? Wait, how long are we? 2 hours, okay. Lord Akin, evacuation is complete. You may proceed. I really gotta start scripting tomorrow. Fuck. Let me lock in, y'all. I'm gonna lock in, I promise. I'm gonna lock in, I promise, y'all. It's already looking like that review is gonna be, if not an hour, like minimum 30 minutes, but I feel like 45 to an hour is definitely how long it's gonna be. That's funny. This is hilarious. What kind of cut is that? Dude needs his money back. Okay, alright, we good. And he locks in, bam. I like this expression here, not gonna lie. Where'd her cloak go? Her little archer cape shit go. My star has infinite mass, guy. That just needed a better in-story explanation. Like, all that needed to be said about that was that his stars carry the weight of his chi, and obviously the weight of his chi is akin to either such and such and such and such, or is it close to the Gaki, right? Something along those lines. Then it would have made a little bit more sense, right? Because if that's the case, we already got an implication of what chi weight can do at the end of 113, start of 114, right? That's all that really needed to be said, because that's exactly what it does. It does the same thing, but we just need that in the story. Like, we just need that said in the story. And then when we show it, like, after so when we come back to Jose, like, wanting to test Shay, he should somewhat explain how he's able to contain him, right? Someone's able, or instead of like cutting off Lath, we could have had Lath say it, like actually explain what it is, right? That would have made sense too, because Lath gets cut off and it's like his explanation, and it would have made a little more sense to actually have him explain what exactly he means, or what exactly is happening. Sorry. All right, let's lock in. All right, he hits him with the tail tree. Steps past it. Goes for the slash. He dodges it, but it also sends out a blood slash projectile. Balls up his fist, punches him. Has good force, good force. I see now. Look, perfectly fine though. This nigga look like he made of rubber, bro. Adaptability. Your body has grown far more resilient. Attacks that previously ripped you apart no longer have the same effect. You're adjusting to Tyson's offense. He hits this little step. He needs a nice little kick to the face. The heat of Tyson should have scorched you from the inside. You must have altered yourself to withstand it. Kills him so hard, sends him into the mountain. Immediately counters though with the freaking branches, roots, whatever you want to call them, the same shit. I'm not even sure what you would call this move. It looked like he clawed at the air and he ripped him apart just like that. You can hold power without its weakness. Your existence is a doomsday for humanity. I do like this this sentence with the words right here. He jumps up into the air, slams into the ground. He catches the blades. I do like this dodge sequence though. I do like this dodge sequence. It's very nice visually. He's able to I'm not even sure. It looks like he ducks this one first, somehow backflips this one, and then sidesteps this one. There's also this right here, but you get the sequence. He's fine. He sends the branch into the ground off his failure. We don't even see it show up. That's how fast it's moving. Tangles him. He sends another blood slash. This shows he's susceptible to slash damage, right? Why did he cover his skull? This is so funny to me. Like, what did he gain from this? He's about to slam, bro. Tyson rebuke. I do like the sort of visual charge here. And this, oh wait, okay, not here, not just yet. He blasts him back with a dispel of energy. Dispelling my radiation is risky, but given the location, I might be able to spare a few applications. You can imply he wants to stay in this area for that purpose, I guess. But like, at least like let him destroy the surface of the state, bro. You may have copied my talent, but this is what happens when men perfect nuclear power, Gaki. And this also shows that, and since Konos never replicates this, it shows that certain techniques or like active abilities or things you have to kind of do and be aware of yourself that aren't base level, Konos can't fundamentally copy or mimic, at least from what I can tell. This visual is crazy. Also, I'll come back to this in a little bit. When we're through, this location may no longer be inhabitable for humanity. Okay, now he says this, right? This is never the case, for one. Two, they don't even leave the area, and humans aren't settled here anyway, so this is kind of irrelevant. Either way, Tyson Rebuke drains my chi. Best use it sparingly. Right, so this is a very clear notion that, you know, this technique drains his chi, and it's one of the very notable things that it's one of the only things he knows that drains his chi, so it has to take a very big chunk from it. He said, spare a few, dude seems to only have a few. Yeah, that's funny, that's funny. Okay, he hits a dash, he drinks some water. He goes for the punch, sends him away. Look at this, look. Look how he's punched so hard he like drags against the ground. I do like this kind of visual right here. I kind of wish he kept this up a little bit. Gumu Gumu no Jet Gatling. Alright, look, see how he's dragged against the ground? I do have a sort of visual like this in mind actually for my story too. Where my MC gets like hit, and he fucking sludges against the ground and then slams into some trees. 7 days, 7 minutes with 7 rebukes. Alright, follows up. Hits the double leg spear. This looked like, hasn't Luffy done this move before? This is my highest state. I don't like when he uses state outside of state talents. I don't like this. He could say form. Form just fits so well here, but I already mentioned that in my notes. Hits a slam. Like, this could have did more damage, right? This could have did more damage. You see how he, like, drew these rendering? Like, these could have been, like, shattered and quaked and stuff like that. To just show, like, the more grand scale of it. The third ranked god tier talent at its peak. I thought this was another, like, 2E stacked on top of each other. I've never been pushed this far, yet faced with the extent of Tyson's limits. Why do I still wonder? Okay, hold on. Punches him, goes for the second punch. If my opponent can even be killed. Hits him with a second tangle. Has to go for another Tyson rebuke. Alright, and again, like I mentioned this in another stream. Oh, Gum Gum Sphere? Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mentioned this in another stream that this, like, doesn't even feel like it visually equates to the nukes from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? This, like, the scale of this attack visually should be far bigger, in my opinion, and then the actual destructive damage should also just be that much bigger, right? That much bigger. You could have these crack in the back. You could just have this take up the entire screen, with like some of these off in the distance. Maybe, you never know. I don't really know how you do it, but this needs to be scaled up. Like, it needs to be scaled up. And then the second thing is, you could also interpret that he healed from this fast, or like a couple seconds went by and he was able to heal from it, but the damage this does in comparison to the previous one from such a close distance should be more. Like, it should be more. Like, this is only his second time being hit by this technique and he's already adapting to it, but I mean, he's still growing, and this is only the second time he used that technique, so it should still do more damage based on that, right? Smoker has my favorite fruit, though. Really? Smoker? Smoker? You just named Law. You name dropped Law and then said Smoker had your favorite fruit? Alright, hits him with a punch. He sends him into... What would you consider this? What is this? Whatever you want to call this. He sends him through it, crashes. Even nuclear energy can be burnt out. He's wearing me down. Come on. At this rate, I can prolong this fight for maybe, big emphasis on maybe, 7 days. This is now no longer, so this is an implication, not a feat. But something tells me you can fight for years. And then he only fights for a months, but so this statement is also just untrue later. A canyon? That's what I knew the word was familiar. I knew it was something. Yeah. Smacks him into the canyon, goes through it. Bam. You would have to, like, scale, like, estimate how big Arizona's canyons are, but it's like, bro, like, you know how Brent does those, like, perspective shots of, like, the planet? If we just got a bigger shot, the scale would make more, or the scale would be better, right? Like, imagine a rebuke that actually destroys Arizona, or like expands the size of Arizona, bro. Like, even half of it. Like, come on, man. That's how you scale things. Because then we could take the scale, the calcs, or the square. I think it's square mileage, the entire state, and kind of cut it in half, and just say, like, that's the sort of distance, right? Let me drink some water real quick. Right. Even nuclear energy. Oh wait, I read this part. Read this part too. I read all this. Yeah, I'm gonna just say Do scaling. I'm gonna just say need better scaled shots, size and perspective, and help increase how much damage attack and actually do. And I'll put in parentheses rebuke 158 58, and I think we get another rebuke in 159 too. I'm gonna do slash 159. The same thing applies. Loki trying to speed through this just a tad. Lost Fruit is my second favorite. I just really like smoke-based powers. Okay, so personal preference, I understand. So you like Minamoto? Okay, so Ki said Mihawk, Luffy, Zoro, Brook, Law, and Kid, and Shanks. Okay, so I messed with Mihawk myself, Zoro, everybody else on that list. I'm not gonna call them trash. They're just not in my favorites. They're none of my favorites personally. Brook is cool. I like what Brook does with the soul ice thing. It's cool. Brook just needs some hockey. Give Brook some hockey, please. I'm begging you. I'm actually begging you. That nigga's too old to not have hockey at this point. And then we got the red-haired demon Shanks. Shout out Shanks, man. Shout out one-armed Shanks. Is his last name Griffin? Or did I make that up? Shout out Shanks, man. What was that technique he used against Kid? Was it Divine Departure? Is that what it's called? That's just fire. He said Mihawk is 4th for you, Nocturnal. Mihawk my number 1 personally. I just like his design, his implications. I like the sword. I wish he had more screen time. Brook would be OP with some hockey. Like, all he needs is armament, bro. He don't need observation. Obviously doesn't need conquerors because he's not that special. Just give my nigga some basic armament hockey. Put it on the cane sword and call it a day, bro. Like, seriously. Honestly, we can even put it on his body. He could actually be a decent user of the full body version too, because he's a skeleton. I'm honestly not sure how you're supposed to kill him now that I'm thinking about it. I've seen any of the One Piece movies. I've seen what movie is that? Oh, Griffith. That's what it is. Oh, Griffith is the name of Shank's sword. Oh, got you. Surprised he doesn't know it, considering how long he's been living. Facts. What was I about to say? I forgot. Oh, I think the movie's called Strong World. The One Piece movie with that flying dude with the swords on his legs. I think he has the float fruit. I like the that big ass tiger with the 6 legs and the 2 tails, the blue one. Yeah, that's my favorite thing in the movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, let's lock in. We get the roar. Oh, I broke it. We get the roar into the arrow shot, into the switch. She looks crazy, bro. Like, I'm actually scared of her right here. He stomps. He keeps roaring. Interesting perspective. Yeah, see, like this type of shot just zoomed out a little bit with more, I guess, like sort of destruction just off the roar, right? Kofi. Okay, he kind of aura farming right here. He dashes. Brook gonna probably play a big role in Elbath. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about all that one, but I'm not caught up, so my opinion on that is a little void. I'm not caught up. I actually don't know what part of Elbath is actually happening. I know the last thing I really saw was flashbacks, but I'm not sure if those are over or not. Okay, he lands. He hits the blood slash. What a tree looks like that, bro. This is like a grass block in Minecraft. He hits the blood slash into the backhand, sends it past him, doesn't do anything. Enough. He charges at him. He catches the blades like he did before. With a little force shockwave. A candle's light maintains its intensity throughout its life. It is not the power that fades, but the vessel itself. See, like, this cool-ass metaphor just for it not to be true. This shit pissed me off. He charges up the fist, and he hits a nice little barrage. Nice little barrage of fist punches right here. Fist punches? Like there's any kind of other kind of punches? Your strength has held up, but to all greatness, there's a limit. There's a limit, Gaki. The more blows I lay upon you, the more chi you consume to heal. With my hands, I have numbered both our days. And then he hits a twin spear. Nice technique. Nice little hole through the chest. I like this. He slips the blood slash, and then also immediately makes it an attack. This is good. This is a good combat scene right here. Is One Piece good? Yeah, it's good. Very, very entertaining. One of my friends just started it from work, so I think he's enjoying it. He literally bisects this nigga, okay? He never saw this coming. Kicks the top half of him away. Like, it would have been crazy if this went like, oh, like if this nigga, like, even if Brent wanted to kind of keep this sort of rendering, all he had to do was like drag him upward a little bit, like drag the trail upward, right? It depends on your taste. It's a long running series, yeah. The rest of the Straw Hats need buffs. Okay. He lands, follows up, punches him through another mountain, hits another twin spear, blows off his arm, hits him with a nice kick. The combos are beautiful. I am no god tier if you and I do not fall this day. Look at this nigga's body, bro. Yeah, see, he kind of pulls out the perspective right here, but he has him like dashing around the mountain range area. You know? Like, what's way over there? Let's go way over there. Your mind may be as wild as a beast, but you reek of suffering. He grabs his shoulders and tosses him. Whatever caused our paths to intertwine, slams him into the mountain wall. Intends for me to put you to rest. Then he charges up his Cero antimatter ball. Look, he already on his ass. But look, Kono's not through. He makes I guess like a blood spear or spike from his arm that just got blown off, by the way. So the fact that his arm regrew here and the lower half of his body didn't still blows my mind. You like romance manga? I didn't expect that one. Places the palm of his hand on his head, charges up the rebuke. I've sent many to their graves. This time we will go together. You see, like this right here, like this rebuke, like this don't, like, especially if the intent is to kill him, this should be like we shouldn't even see the horizon type vibes. Like, this how big the freaking rebuke should be, bro. Scroll. His head surviving this is also just strange. In my opinion, it's just strange. But you can potentially explain it the way I did in this review. You can see his chi being drained off the visual. His form is lessening off his body. Then he regrows. I do like this visual because I don't know, man. I feel like there's not many, and I haven't read everything, so relax. I feel like this is some of the best sort of depictions of like skeleton skin sort of or muscle fiber regrowth I've ever seen. I'm actually gonna add that to the art area. I'm actually gonna mention blood too. We at 236. We're almost done, man. All right, we got my boy Kirito pulling up. Konos, you've gone too far. So you pull up right behind him though. She on his ass. Child Gaki, you will answer me. How do we stop it? Kirito, my name is Kirito and his name is Konos. Whatever your friend does, he cannot kill him. He's immortal, but he can feel pain, and pain pushes him beyond reasoning. Your friend was not supposed to survive this long. My father had a man play a trick on him, and now he thinks I am someone else. He only listens to me, but I no longer have control. Your friend will die, but that should be the least of your concerns. Father warned me of what would happen if I allow Konos' rage to overtake him. He has the mind of a child. I said this, by the way. When scared, he'll likely revert to the only thing he knows. The first comfort he ever felt, the first time he ever felt truly powerful, the first talents he ever mimicked. If he gets to that point, he may potentially wield a talent no living soul has ever beheld. The Hands of War. And then we get this clean ass aura panel. I think it would have been crazy if like right here too, if for that perspective thing I'm mentioning, if we wanted to really show not even planetary feats, maybe at the very least state/countrywide feats, right? Like just better scale, to have Konos actually kind of launch himself into the air and destroy most of Arizona himself would have been fire, right? That would have been fire. And then have him land down wherever Kofi sort of dodged to, and then try and finish him off like that, right? That would have added to his sort of mindless behavior that he's still exhibiting, right? It would have had that sort of Dragon Ball Ki Blast effect, but, you know, it would have worked. All right, we are on the home stretch, y'all. We're on the home stretch. Home stretch. Right, and I actually love this episode structure. I love this episode structure. I'm gonna mention that right now. Nice. All right. So we got Vatic and we got Anton. The way Brent draws characters sometimes is so funny to me. Not good. Hey, Uncle God tier. This is funny. This is pretty bad. I'm wrong about what? What am I wrong about? Tell me. Inform me. So I can either agree or disagree. Oh, please. This is pretty bad. How far is he? I can feel the radiation getting stronger. If we don't help him switch it off, this state will be condemned. Like, at this point, it should have already been condemned. He said that Brent art has the best depiction of, like, Bones' regeneration. I said that I've seen. Don't forget to add that part. Don't do that. I said that I've seen. And I prefaced it by saying, I haven't read or seen a whole lot. You're right, Master King. I forbade Nico Hart from teleporting us there for that reason. The radiation is beyond normal Kinyo's survivability. She would have died instantly. Kofi Akin, I have known the boy his entire life. Their relationship should have been slightly more explored. If he is in this state, his opponent is far beyond his capabilities. And that is why I worry, Master King. Lord Akin has taken the place of the prodigy Sabito Hart in our ranks. If he is being withheld by a foe, What sort of demon has our enemy risen? We must hurry, Kong. I think it's funny that he calls him Kong. Alright, we got the regrow right here. He said, you just yammering. That's funny. We got the exhale. We got the red and black orbs. We got the sword. We got the step. To think at this age I'd be brought here to a heat I've never known. I don't know why, but I really like this panel. I like the way he looks in this panel. Yet you still look down on me without a scratch. But even this is deceitful. Your chi is almost up, isn't it? And then he can't actually detect it because like the copying phase is kind of over. So like he doesn't actually know how much chi he has left. You carry a power that holds weight of all that came before you. You intend to lay upon me the lamentation I have caused you. I think this statement would have added to like what I said earlier about it being more interesting if Kronos kind of jumped into the air and then basically obliterated Arizona. He said, y'all arguing over subjective topics. Hey, let him know, man. Nigga said, take a timeout. I'm always gonna laugh at your comments, bro. Always. Because it was never that deep. Both of them. I read this. Yes. He looks so funny here, man. He looks like... Hey, you ever play that game, Schedule 1? You ever seen it? He looked like the characters in that game right here. That's what he looked like. Tell me I'm wrong. He looked exactly like them, bro. That's the same model. Same like posture even. I think they might even have some of this hairstyle a little bit. It's just smaller because of the game. Goes for the strike. He hits the slip. I can't lie. I do like the way this is drawn. This looks good as a dodge. This looks really good. But I cannot let you walk this earth. Did I read the proper hands? Yeah, I did. Touches the ground, obliterates it, completely gone. If he can do this, this nigga should have been dead. But let's just keep going. What? His blade, it caused the earth to disappear. Like he was finna get hit with 5 schmackaroos. Twin spear. I don't like the way he looks right here. He looks nasty. He must be channeling Tyson into this weapon. That could be enhancing its power, but I don't actually think he's doing that. I don't think he's doing that. I have to get rid of it before I counter. Tyson, I don't know what he was going to use here. It could have been Rebuke. It could have been another form of Twin Spear. It could have been something different, but his hand got blown off. So maybe we'll see it again. Maybe we won't. Antimatter? I like that he knows exactly what it is off of it. A little interesting. He's about to die here, but then we got hit. We got hit with the Anton running. The smack. I do like the way Brent draws Kong's staff, kind of being a little bit flexible at times. Package. Smacks his head off. Secured. Grabs and tackles him. Anton upscale, by the way. Master King, you cannot be here. My talent has leaked. It is not safe. Hot, hot, hot. I can tell, sir. But don't worry about me. I'm only the escort. He turns his head. And then we get the Vatic pull up. Stab. Lord Methuselah, what is this demon? And do you know it? I do wonder if this term is just being used as a synonym, or if it will be referred to something sort of greater, also more evil and insidious? Sinister. That's the word I'm like. Sinister later on. For why does his chi stand equal to yours? Lord Methuselah. And this nigga just awestruck. Reasonably so, though. See, like, if this is kind of the case, we could have had the prior flashback be told to us from his perspective. Still including Ilios, since, you know how Brent feel about the Ilios users. We still could have included him, right? Look at this nigga's face, bro. Gosh, this is a good panel, though. Curse you, Elimelech, what have you done? Vatic quickly, use Triune Spear. This is no demon, but a being equal to my brothers and I, who wields my father's power. There is no time. Bring him to heal with Tide. Then he channels some water. Okeano State. Triune Spear. So this is what I mean by the perspective shot, right? But this doesn't even, like, if this is still Arizona, but the size of this attack adds to its actual potential, right? And then what we actually see it do. But like the perspective adds to how strong it can be implied to be, right? Massive, massive, massive hole. Have you been briefed, Lord Akin? Partially. Tell me, what is Aldrich's prognosis? Now bright, and Code's future is now in jeopardy. Hydra Heavy betrayed our cause. Bro said Barracuda Berry. You're funny. Honestly surprised there wasn't any leftover water from it. It's kind of fair. Could also just say he dispelled it since he created it. But yeah, we could have like had some like water. Unless this is supposed to be water, but this looks more like fog. There's no water over here, so yeah. This looks like fog. However, this creature is our chief priority. Have you any idea of what you were fighting, Lord Akin? Something older than Code itself, I presume. Correct. He will regenerate from the damage you inflicted upon him. I'm assuming, like, I'm genuinely assuming this is Kofi, right? The only sign of hope is that his chi is not infinite, though that seems to not play a role in his healing capabilities. This pissed me off something crazy. If you're gonna do it like that, like, make it, like, explain it as a mutation or something. Like, don't kind of leave it as, like, a guess for now. Because who knows if or when we'll see him again. It's almost as though regrowing limbs is a side effect of his existence. And then, I said it in a different stream, I think I said it last stream, where his chi being dormant because it's not actively copying something, that's a better example of it being a side effect of his existence, as opposed to this, because this has no real correlation in my opinion. Your brain is controlled, yeah. It is a power I have only known to reside within, with the ancient talents, and they're great for themselves. I wonder if you can look this up in with Code's files on the moon base. Like this sort of information. I have a character who I have to regender how her talent. But I'm gonna make it so it's living, but also actually, I'm going to make it so it's living in ancient, right? And I'm also going to mention its regenerative abilities because it's ancient, right? I'm going to make sure I tie in these points, right? Because we now have this information that I can use, right? But I would like better examples of this and more clear and concise regeneration. I could say it like this. I could actually say that. Are you in the chat spazzing, gang? Funny. We'll do scaling. I'm gonna do scaling. I'm gonna do better depictions of healing and regeneration. Say based on talent. And based on talent and base Kinyo abilities. I do think Andrea's bullet wound is a good example of like base regen or base level healing increasing. Because I think our bullet wound heals within like a few hours, right? A few hours. Um, or like the wound heals, but like I guess like the external aspect of the wound heals, but she still is in a cast. She still has, I think she still has a cast on when they go to meet Bjorn, so it's not fully healed to the point where she wouldn't need it, but it definitely heals far faster than if a regular human was shot, right? Of course. Um, that's a good example of like a base level healing, but I don't think we have that many active other examples, right? Or like sort of like points in time where we can pick out and say, okay, like they obviously have increased healing, and you know their healing is such and such better than humans because they are healing at such and such rate, right? We don't really have any other examples of that, to my knowledge. Yeah. Indeed, he is an ancient, as old as the founding fathers, the first living talent, given the name Mer Adamos. Turns out the Great Four were actually seven: a mother, father, their four sons, and their companion. What? That means Shay, and well, you should know that thing, Lord Vatic. They thought he drowned in the ocean after a deadly battle. Lord Okeanos searched for him, but there was no trace. It appears Thanatos located his body and revived him. Okay, I think I said this in a different stream, but wait. Huh? Wait, man, only Brant also gave a clear timeline. He said, Pepsi got J and code for that. Man. He don't really got me for that, because that's not even my interest. That's somebody else's interest. You don't be looking at the fandom messages, though. But that's reasonable. If I was him, I wouldn't look at all the bombardment of messages either. Gotta pick and choose who you want to respond to. I get responses though, so you know, I don't feel bad. Did I read this part? Oh, what I wanted to say was, this part, if the season was longer, could have been expanded on the same way. We got Kane's flashback in season 1, and I think that would have been a somewhat good parallel to kind of end off the season. And then we could have put Veil's flashback here, and then we could have, I guess there could have been a hint to this, and then we could have, what I'm really saying is that we could have actually seen these actions, right? These actual events, right? Yeah. Yeah. And they would have been like sort of extra season material that doesn't fully, like, relates to what's happening, but doesn't really add to the current events of the timeline. I think that would have been good as well. Brent did confirm to me that this is his version of Cerberus, and he's dead. I'm not sure if I ever said that on stream or if I said it in a review, but we definitely need an explanation as to this and how it affects his power. W streams, Jay, been here since the first stream of the reread, and I love my time here. Much love. Hey, appreciate you, Links. W content creator. Hey, appreciate you, Shinigami. Okay, it must have taken him. Did I read this part? I didn't. I'm gonna reread it. They thought he drowned in the ocean. Oh, my mouth dry. They thought he drowned in the ocean after a deadly battle. Lord Okeanos searched for him, but there was no trace. It appears Thanatos located his body and revived him. It must have taken him years. In his absence, his disciples must have somehow gained false control over Mer, a creature that should not be tamed. For thousands of years, I thought him dead. Being buried beneath the sea must have been a lonely rest for him. Every instance in which Mer is enraged has ended in the annihilation of a generation. I don't understand this statement, because it doesn't make sense how he would know this if he thought Mer was dead, right? He will not respond to my words. Thus, this also shows mental connection. What's the word I'm looking for? Mental telepathic abilities, communicating through the mind, maybe, potentially, or like, you know how actually I did actually I wish I remember I mentioned living talents being able to perceive things differently. So the way Ayn Rai can somewhat perceive Mahalalel when he's like projecting himself, I think you could say that Methuselah is trying to do the same thing, and then though Kronos can perceive him, he doesn't actually respond to him, right? He doesn't actually talk to him. Is there another example of living talents being able to perceive other things differently? I don't think so. I think that was the only example I used. I think that's really the only example there is. Yeah. But you could again, you could also perceive Azam actually being able to see Lewis and Elon Sr. at the funeral. I feel like that's not a horrible interpretation based on soul ties and Azam's connection to Lewis. Right? I don't think that's horrible to say. Thus we must bury him for good. This time for we must bury him again, this time for good, if we are to preserve humanity. Why do you torture this creature, Elimelech? He was buried in water, yet rose again. This time we shall submerge him in fire. I think this is supposed to be a biblical reference, actually. I think this is supposed to be a biblical reference. As how God flooded the earth, but the Revelation mentions the world ending. Like, is it 2/3? However much of the world ending in fire, I think this is supposed to be a connection here, right? Something more subliminal and low key that you wouldn't know it unless you understand scripture, right? I will take him to the core of the earth. I actually think I want to mention that. I'm gonna say Vedic. Wait, I'm gonna say whoa, dropped a 20 on my head? A whole 20? A whole 20 on my dome? Bro just gave me... What can I buy with $20? I can get a meal at my local grocery store. I could go to McDonald's. I could go to Panda Express. I could go to Cane's. I could go to Wendy's. Jack in the Box. I actually think I need to go to Walmart and get something. I can get 20 Arizonas. I need Kleps to shut his dirty mouth. Pause? Pause? I can get 20 Arizonas, watermelon flavored, no racial. It's still Black History Month. I can get... How many packs of gum could I get? Shoot. $40 sunflower seeds? That's funny. I could probably get about bare minimum 10 packs of gum. It's the big packs, the ones that you can share. He said, Brazy, y'all doing tricks on it. Alright, let me just mention real quick. It will greatly appreciate the donation to the funds links. You did not have to, you could have kept the 20 yourself. I appreciate it greatly. And to anybody else who either decides or has donated in the past, of course, y'all funds are greatly appreciated. Are they gonna go to a good cause? Potentially. When is History Month? Don't forget to insert Black. Black History Month is always February. Biblical connection. Oh, you might be a little racist. You might be a little racist with that second statement. I'm not even gonna read it. It's crazy. I'm gonna let the people watching read that for themselves. You said your stomach. Okay, well, emphatic may be alluding to flooding of the world as well as its end in Revelation. Yeah, I didn't spell that word right at all. There we go. Okay, autocorrect, clutch. When he mentions I should say when he mentions burying myrrh. 2 R's, not 2 Y's. Next point. All right. That is a heat that can end even my waves. I don't think I'll do that. It is a journey of no return, but I will ensure he does not resurface. After I am dead, the core's heat will continue to drain his regeneration. Lord Akin, ensure this opening is sealed after my descent. What do they fill this with? What would they fill this with? How would they fill this? If they had what's her name's talent, they could have used the surrounding earth, like the surrounding like mountain ranges and shit, but even still, that's kind of crazy. Nigga said W impact. Tell me, Vatic, how hot do you think it is down there? You can actually Google this, so let's actually just Google it. No, I don't have to. I don't have to Google it. I got a whole video that mentions it. Check it out after the stream. Lord Kofi? I'll go. You'll try not to admit it, but you know my body's gone nuclear, Vatic. There may be no returning for me. I may be dulled, but you are still a sharp blade. You must aid Lord Hart in the war to come. I hate this statement. This pissed me off. Why is there no connection between his history and Vatic's history, as if they've known each other, right? And what I really like is that Methuselah doesn't acknowledge this part of the statement. Simply this in this, right? He don't give a fuck about Shay. Thank you. Y'all niggas is not cool, bro. None of y'all are cool except him. Why are we mentioning Shay right now? The nigga said 3 out of 3 is outrageous. I'm really just him. Crazy. Chat beef is insane. I never thought I would see it in real time. I thought I only see it in RDC streams, DDG streams. Who else do I watch? I've never seen chat beef and Castanat streams. There's too many chats. I can't believe he stopped becoming a streamer, bro. It just feels odd. Okay, he's right, Vatic. The core will evaporate anything that draws near. With a body resistant to nuclear energy, he may survive long enough to get Myrrh there. Both of you, take care of her for me. Kofi, my lord, what are you doing? Then he just jumps and everybody screams his name. Alright, what did I get from this one? This 150, this 160, 3 points. He said about to die, got a glacier. Hilarious. Alright, we on the last episode of the season, y'all. 3 hours, 5 minutes in. I did pretty good for this one. I speed ran this one. Actually, not too long, man. Not too long. This nigga looks so nasty, bro. Look at his skull, and he's still like slobbering a little bit. This nigga's a literal dog. Oh, it should also be noted that he doesn't have whatchamacallit active anymore. Hands of War. What that could possibly mean? He's actually out of chi, or he's far closer to a lack of chi than he was before. Shit, I don't know. Brent fucked it over, so I can't really tell. Crash. Punch him in the face. Whatever technique the Shadow uses to recall his troops will have no effect at this depth. Hopefully you bury one of our greatest threats. I really have to start typing tomorrow. Like, I gotta start typing immediately. I really don't want to because I'm trying to be lazy, but I can't. He never hit this lighting before. Sheesh, this feel bright even for me. Like, this is bright, but like this extra bright. W color and lighting. Keep talking and I'll do you like I did the other guy. Question mark? Hello? A big ass boulder. Alright, punch them through the last remainder of the core, or the crust. The niggas is free falling now. I do like the depiction of lava here. Especially the colors, very good. He grips onto to some of the crust. He falls. Look at how he falls. He finna take a nice bath. I should be honored fighting one of the first. I'm sorry it had to end like this, but I wouldn't let you go on. Wait. Oh, but I couldn't let you go on. Whether for the light or the dark, you were a weapon just as I am. Our pain won't last. And I can't tell if he lets go or if he slips. It feels like he lets go, though. Thought I'd be around much longer than this. But I'm tired anyway. And then we get flashes to freaking Season 2's events. As if this nigga was doing some cool shit. And then we get Season 3 events. Like, we just saw this. I just read this stream. Then we got paperwork Sonya. Yo, this Yo, okay? I'm gonna ignore that. Something about Sonya in this like I can't even say fit, attire, image, visual. It just feels so relatable. Like, I feel like you've seen this before. Like, everybody's seen something like this in life. This is also a nice picture, though. This was very nice. What y'all think he listened to? Jay-Z, Comethazine. He definitely not listening to no Don Toliver. Might be J. Cole. He might be listening to J. Cole. He could be listening to Kendrick. I don't think he know about underground or unknown artists, so you know he not listening to no Jordan Ward. He could be on his Taylor Swift vibes. I don't think he listens to Hispanic music. I don't think he listens to K-pop. I don't think he listens to like UK drill. You think he listening to some Mary J. Blige, like some I could see him listening to a couple Ed Sheeran songs, maybe some Chris Breezy. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to this part now. JID, that's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like Kofi would listen to Afro beats and UK drill. I don't know about UK drill, but Afro beats sounds accurate. Wait, so does that mean that someone could be born with myrrh as their living talent? No. He's perpetually regenerating, so he's not entirely dead. I don't think he's actually ever been in the ether. Shout out We Eden. Appreciate the content. Appreciate you for being here, bro. Jelly Roll? Breezy is insane, honestly. You know he played with he and Sonya have a nice night on the town. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, here come the arrow. Eye opens. Yeah, see, she's not like dead. Like, she's burning, but she's not like incinerating, right? She can endure it a little bit, you know. Her clothes getting burned off. No shirt, Sonya. She finna reach him. Like, I think she touches him and saves him, bro. I think they're alive. It just makes sense. But it also makes sense for them to like die together. Like, imagine season 4 starts and they're in heaven. That'd be crazy. It'd actually be insane. All right, here come this BS. All right, open your eye. The cost of victory. After the fact that this is like majority of the episode, and it's like there's nothing left, almost makes me sad. How many more prices must I pay? Where is this place? How long have I been here? Mahalalel, can you hear me? Is this your doing? The door opened. It shone on his back. He looked behind him. Big ass rectangle. Come on, show yourself. Shea Bear, help me. Shout out Yukiko. Kiko? Someone help. Help. Save us. Where is Shea Hart? Has anyone seen Lord Hart? Whoever you are, can you hear me? Wait there, I'm coming. And then he runs. And then he runs. And then he slows down. And then he stops. What is this? You dare play a trick on me? And then he ups Zahara. I wonder why Brent didn't hit the extra details on the blade right here. You know he was strapped for time. Enough. Shay. He hit the turnaround. What's wrong? Andrea? And the door went far as hell. Don't look back there. Look here. Come to me, Shay. I think my review of this episode is actually so fire. You love this cliffhanger. Nah, you gotta be trolling. Please tell me you're trolling. Wait. Look back there. Look here. Come to me, Shay. What is happening to me? I heard their screams. Yet, every time I approach, the door keeps its distance from me. I don't understand. I'm not finna shush him. The door is your future, Lord Hart. There is no need to pursue it hastily, for there is a set time before you must enter it. Let it come when it's ready. None can escape the path we must tread. This is actually false, especially for what Brent's trying to do. There are biblical examples of people not following God's plan, so yeah, I'm gonna just leave that there. You are my future, Andrea. Why then, for every step I draw closer to you, does the door draw further away so out of reach? Because you cannot have us both right now. Sure. Just got that surprise anime sound in the background. There's a path you will inevitably take which does not involve me, at least not for a while. Shay, you are going down a path I cannot follow. But do not let your... I don't know what the heck I thought that was. But do not let your heart be worried. If this is your choice, all I can do is await you at the end. And whatever pieces you return to me in, I will put you back together as best I can. I do like this sentiment right here. Go, it calls to you. The time for you to be separated from those you love is now. As much as Brent messed up, I can't lie, that cliffhanger was great. That shit was trash. Actually, his worst cliffhanger. For a season finale cliffhanger, that one don't do it, man. That one don't do it. Season 2 had a better, like... I wouldn't even call it a cliffhanger, it's just the end, but there's better, like, cliffhangers in the... even in this season, but there are better cliffhangers just in this season or in season 2, as opposed to this episode specifically. Comes home a nugget is actually insane. I will aid you until I can no longer bear it. But this is a solitary path. The wolf that strays from the pack must find his own way. We're not gonna dissect this. We can skip past that. I need you. I'm afraid of what I'm becoming. That's a good thing. It means you're aware of the anger that brews inside you. But until that is quenched, the road you walk only has space for one. Now go, Prince Shay Hart. W ring, W proposal, W kiss, W makeout session, I guess. L son. I don't know. Middle letter expression. L attack. L blowing up your wife. Fiance. Let me be accurate. I'm sorry for what I've done. I'm sorry that I'm dangerous. And that I cannot love you the way I should now. Again, I do really enjoy this. This sentence right here, the sentiment, very good. Kaguya wasn't jaw-dropping? Hell no. You don't even need to be there. No, we didn't get no new information about Kaguya. We knew that was Unks in season 2. Yeah, he's just there. He's just kind of there and he wants to talk. Okay, about what? About what? Nigga, I would have much rather Keith got a chance to speak more as opposed to Kaguya even being there. Nobody cares about Kaguya being there. Like, it sets up something interesting potentially, but We just introduced Keith. Why aren't we getting more on him? Right? Kaya can stay on the evil side and talk amongst the evil niggas, bro. I don't care about him talking to the main character. W Tuck. W Reassurance. You will, but there are things you must do first, and I can wait. I forgive you, Shay. This should have been, and she's actually crying here. This should have been with the real Andrea. Shit trash. The rest of the pack needs a leader who isn't overthrown by emotions, one who doesn't endanger them with his decisions, one who will guide them when they cannot see the path any longer. I do like this panel. This is a great panel. One who has overcome wrath, so he can teach another to do the same. Wait, anyway, I gotta go now. It's getting late. Much love from, where is that? Somebody let me know where that's at. See you later, we eating. Appreciate you for being here, man. Chase him with a tap. Pushes this nigga away. It's like the whole perspective of or like scale orientation. That's the word. The whole orientation of the plane shift. And he's literally falling. Come back to me in as many pieces as you like. I'll be waiting when you're ready. And then he wakes up. Look at this nigga face, bro. This is so funny. Shay. Keith, get in here. He's awake. That's so disrespectful. Keith, get in here. He's awake. W hug. Good to see you too. How long have I been out? This nigga stay mean mugging, bro. Even when he hug her in like nice caring reassurance. It's unfortunately been 3 months. Today's the 7th of October, 2020, the day before your birthday. Ironically. You eliminated Minister Rajani, then collapsed from overuse of your powers. We've been monitoring your recovery under the watchful eye of this gentleman here. Shay, this is Keith Thomas, my grandfather's younger brother. Greetings, lad. I know your questions may be many, but we will have our time to chat. You are in my home, a place I built in the mountains of Tobago, away from Trinidad's conflict. There's also another who has watched over you whilst you recovered. He's led Titans away from this location and willingly bound his talent while here. He insists he can be trusted, but if you are not interested in what he has to say, give the word and I'll separate his head from his body. Oh, come on now, I've waited 90 days. You should at least hear me out, nephew. At least, like, this could have at least been a little longer for this part. Carrying out such bronze lobby hate. Nigga said he def can't love her properly. Wait, Shanks the Legend, interesting name. Only problem in Ordeal is that villain for Shay are not that strong, even if Kirito and Shadow 2v1 fight against Ronin. Shay is in season 4. It would be easy for Shay. Yes. Why are y'all acting like he's wrong? Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and calm you down. Let's go ahead and calm you down. Let's go ahead and calm you down. We don't do that around here. We don't do that around here. You can get hit with this. It's cool 24. You can get hit with this cool 30. We'll go ahead and calm them boys down. Alright, and that's the end of the season. Now, I think I can really just reuse what I mentioned in my 161 review. Yeah, I think I can go ahead and just use what I use in my 161 review for all of this. I'm gonna just look, say revisit 161 video review. Yeah, we don't spread hate around here, man. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that, man. Just a shame. Niggas can't even be chill. WJ Mans was tripping. Thank you, Jay. I don't know what the hell was that. Shoot, I don't even know either. He said Unc about to give Shay that new eye. Honestly, it's possible. Y'all niggas got superiority complexes in an ordeal YouTube stream. Please reevaluate your stance. That's funny. We done, y'all. We made it through. We made it through. We did it. It's what, 5 streams? 5 streams in what, a week? Damn near 2 weeks? We did it. We coasted. We coasted. And just to show y'all, I'm very serious about this review. Actually, go back here. These are the notes I took from each stream session. These are the notes I took from. These are actually just notes I've made myself before even doing the stream, right? So this is I'm very serious about this. This is not something I plan to like pussyfoot around. I really intend. Am I down for some Tekken? Yeah, we can do Tekken, but we can do that off stream. It's not something I plan to like joke around with. I take this craft and what that video is supposed to represent very seriously. Based on just all the notes you guys saw, it should be like an hour long for the review. If not an hour, maybe 45. Since this is the official stop date, we can go ahead and say I'm gonna take the rest of this month to type and start recording and things of that nature. So a month from now will be the 3rd of March, and then maybe the video can be out sometime on like the 3rd week of April. If everything goes exactly as planned, that is what it's looking like in terms of scheduling and timing. Now, I might produce. I actually want to look at that image that Brent put, that he drew. Instagram. I might have to see if like I can get some people to do some research for me. I have to see if I can get some people to do some research for me. For a video idea I have, he didn't post it. That sucks. Did Brent finish that drawing that he did on stream? Did he finish it? Racism, oddly enough. Yeah, just crazy. See you, Nocturnal. God bless. In a live stream chat of 25 people? I'm excited to see who is gonna kill Kevin Morales and how, Shay or Thanatos, but I think that will be in season 5. I could see Thanatos killing him. That's not horrible. Jamie, finally seeing racism here. That means you got motion. That is not a good thing to say in stream chat. That's actually insane. The stream is still going? No way. No way. He's still streaming on a what? A Tuesday? He said research? Oh no, the stream's over. 6 hours. Okay. How did it end? I want to look at the final visual. We put the webtoon image there. He didn't post it though. He could at least hit us with a Patreon visual. A Patreon visual, please, at least. Fuck. I swear he forget about it. It's clean. It's clean. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold up. Let me mute it real quick. I'm gonna show y'all. It's clean. Ren always does great work. Very nice visual. You know, I wonder why he chose the purple for Shay instead of the red and the orange. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, yo, Naomi was right. Florence kind of bad. That's crazy. Why he draw her like that? This pick is clean, man. This pick is clean. The idea was that like we could I could use that picture and we could like dissect each Ilios vessel, you know, and kind of theorize on how they use Ilios individually, right? But since he didn't upload the video, the image, to even Patreon, from what I know, doesn't seem like it's posted on Patreon. Yeah, it's not on Patreon either, so yeah, that was the idea, but since no visual, no content. The crazy. I think that's it. I think I'm done here. I think I can cruise and coast and go ahead and end stream. Appreciate everybody for being here. I don't support racism. I appreciate the support, but them niggas gotta chill out. Gonna have to get some moderators, man. Appreciate links for the 20 way earlier. Shout out to everybody who showed up, chatted, gave opinions that weren't cancel worthy. I'm gonna see y'all Saturday for a quick little edit stream. Hopefully it's only 3 hours. Hopefully. I think I'm doing pretty good with this streaming stuff, man. Streaming cool, you know. As always, the VOD will be up after the stream ends. Throw some ads on there so I can get a little bit of revenue and some coin back. And I also already have the entire playlist of these streams created. So if anybody wants to rewatch all of the actual streams themselves in order, they will be there. He said give it 24 hours, it'll be out. Sometimes it depends. It depends. Are you talking about the image from Brent or not? I can't tell. Because sometimes it doesn't take that long for my stuff to render, and other times it just takes 24 hours for no reason. It just picks and chooses. King David being a lumberjack wasn't expected, but it's cool. I agree. Peace Summer. See ya, Anton. I would love to be a mod low-key W stream though, Jay. Alright, you know what? You can be mod, Plebs. You can be mod. W promotion. Sorry it's unpaid though. I don't got bread like that. I'm gonna catch y'all Saturday though. Y'all be well. Eat, drink, stay hydrated. Pray if you're religious. If you're not, meditate. Don't do drugs. Except for Nara. He know what he be doing. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.